Cheers to you, dear listeners, and welcome to another episode of Metal Gear Mondays, currently the most thorough Death Stranding podcast on the internet. I am your host, Sam Wright, and it is fucking time. It is time. We've been playing Death Stranding. We're ready to cover Death Stranding. We're ready to make connections. We're ready to build strands. We're ready to connect America via the subtle sounds of the medium of podcast. But of course, the we is not royal, or is it royal? Whatever. I'm here with, of course, Cole Duncan.
Also known as Almost Burnt Man, and boy, I am ready to sink into this.
Oh boy, so much
Bubby,
stuff.
It's been a lot.
Oh, Bubby, there's so much stuff to get into, Bubby. There's so much, but we are not alone. I remember I told you guys 2 weeks ago to pay attention to a very particular set of letters that we received for our Outer Op number 4. We've got a couple of scoundrels here to join us to cover this video game.
We made some more connections.
We did. We made several more connections, and I would like to first introduce somebody who if you've been listening for a while, you may remember from past episodes. He is our favorite New Yorker that's actually from New York, Zach James.
I walked to work with 3,000 pounds of metal cases today, and no one knew what to do with them. I kept falling over.
We should have asked them if they needed them, first of all. Did you get an order from the computer, or did you just decide to do it? Because that's problematic.
I just loaded up the backpack and started walking, and I kept falling everywhere.
That's problematic. How's the moon base? How's Secret Moon Base Alpha?
The moon base is good now that we've exterminated all the moon spiders. But
good.
Now we've got rocks with legs, and they're running around all over the place. It's a mess up here, man.
You still got fiber up there, right?
I still got fiber, thankfully. I'm able to stream
That's the most important.
with zero latency. It's great.
Sick. And we've got one more fella. You may have heard of him from Life. He was the gentleman that visited the Death Stranding pop-up with Alessio in New York the other week, and you may also know him as Cole Duncan's best friend. It is Chris Hampton.
That's right, it's Mr. 8 out of 10 himself.
8 out of 10 on IGN, baby.
8 out of 10, that's not good enough for my bubby.
He's too short.
That's a B. That's a B in my book, Bubby.
B for Bubby. And for BB.
Baby Bubby.
I've created a circus. This feels like I feel like Screech in Saved by the Bell, the new class.
So you stabbed a guy on Christmas?
Does Screech stab a guy on Christmas in Saved by the Bell, the new class?
I mean, it's a Family Guy reference, so I assume it's true at some level.
Wow.
Dustin Diamond is like objectively not a great person. I don't think that's really
Dustin
a hot
Diamond's
take on this podcast.
Hold on.
So.
Dustin Diamond's a fucking psychopath.
Before I make myself sound like a complete idiot, I'm going to Google this.
Whether he stabbed somebody on Christmas?
Did Screech stab a guy?
Now, are you saying Screech from the show or Dustin Diamond the human?
Because I can believe Dustin Diamond stabbed someone like fully. I'm
yeah,
of course he did.
As of June 25th, 2015, Dustin Diamond gets 4-month sentence in bar stabbing.
What?
Only 4 months for stabbing another human?
That's celebrity time, you know. You get a little leniency.
You gotta adjust for inflation. Celebrity time.
What is 4 years in 1990 time?
I don't know. Like a week in a bag of peanuts, maybe?
Let's be real. Dustin Diamond does not need to go to jail because he's already living in the own prison of his failure.
Yeah,
that's
Dustin
fair.
Diamond's punishment is being Dustin.
Is existing.
Yeah, I wonder if Dustin Diamond is a Metal Gear fan and decided to listen to the podcast. He's like, I'll check out these guys in their Death Stranding covers.
Sup, Screech, stop stabbing people.
Yeah, don't stab people.
Zach James, I'll find you.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Mondays, where everyone except Dustin Diamond is welcome.
Exactly.
Dustin Diamond Dogs.
Oh no.
No.
Well, shit. Now I don't know.
No, dude, no.
Fucking
We're off to a great
Sam
start.
just went to full stop right there.
He's like,
I
"Dear
sure
God."
did. I had to think about that. I had to bake that in my brain.
All right, sorry for that aside.
No, I mean, this is the kind of non sequitur bullshit our fans have come to love and respect about us. So I'm excited. It's just like I want to. I've got so many things that I want to do. I want to say. I want to talk about. I want to dive into. But really quickly, the first thing I want to do is I want you guys to kind of give us a brief history of your guys' time with Hideo Kojima and with like how you came to find the show. Starting with Zach to kind of give a little bit of a refresher for those who haven't listened in a while. Zach, quick history about your time with Kojima's products and finding the show and what got you to here.
Okay, so started with Kojima when I was real young, because my stepfather would play the first Metal Gear Solid, and I just thought it was the coolest thing ever, and then got into playing it myself with Metal Gear Solid 2, 3, and all that, and then the rest is history. Got into the show because in January of 2016, I was working as an overnight janitor in Planet Fitness. This is before I became the overnight janitor on Moonbase Alpha, and
Obviously, that was a stepping stone.
yeah, of course. And but I was bored one day, and I was like, "There's no fucking Metal Gear podcast, but let me just Google anyway, see if I can find any, or not Google, just search on iTunes." And sure as shit, fucking Metal Gear Mondays popped up, and I was like, let's see what these guys are all about, if they actually know what they're talking about. And I saw that there was an episode where they covered the Game Boy game Ghost Babel. I was like, well, that's not too widely known, so I listened to it, and I was hooked, and I started listening, and then I was like, these guys seem pretty cool, and I wrote in an email, and Alessia responded like 2 hours later, and here I am.
Mm-hmm. Here I am.
Where are you?
Don't waste your time on me. Funnily enough, Zach, I don't think I was on the Ghost Babel episode. So what does that say about
you were not. That was Alessio and Cameron, I believe. But then because I was so impressed, I immediately went back and just started listening from episode 1. So it was Alessio, you, Isaac, and Cameron, and just instantly, I was hooked, and you guys actually did a fucking awesome job. And like I said, here we are now.
Make me feel better about myself more. Chris, same question.
So, when I was in high school, I come from like a pretty religious family background, and it was very conservative. So I wasn't allowed to own anything that was rated over E, right?
Oh, no.
But me and some buddies in high school, we all chipped in together and bought one copy of Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation 1. And the way we were doing it is we would play up to a certain point and pass it around, because it was like a collective video game, right? And none of us could, like, one, we didn't have money to like buy our own games when we were like freshmen in high school, and two, like, only one of us could get M-rated games out of our friend group.
Sure.
So Metal Gear started because of that, like, little community where we were all like,
Baguette?
oh, that is Baguette. There's someone at the door. So yeah, and like, I think that's also something that Cole and I first bonded over. Was Metal Gear, because I remember I went over to your place and you had some like Metal Gear shit on your shelf, and
Yeah, I think at that point I probably had like the Calorie Mate like up on like my bookshelf.
you did, and then we both talked about how Metal Gear Solid 3 was like the
Best game.
exquisite.
Yeah.
It is the most exquisite video game I've ever played.
I love it.
So yeah, that's how I came to Hideo Kojima, and like after that, like when Metal Gear Solid 2 came out, me and a buddy and I, we rented it and we immediately played through the whole game. We didn't leave my bedroom until we beat it.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and then
So what was it? What was it that drew you guys to pick up Metal Gear in the first place? Like, was it just like the first M-rated game you saw, or was it?
honestly, yeah, I thought it had boobies in it.
I mean, you wouldn't be necessarily wrong. It depends on.
Yes, good old 1998 polygonal triangle poke your eye out boobies.
I mean, you did have to pay attention to Meryl to like,
Yeah,
but
It's true.
You've got a cute butt.
no, honestly,
That's a nice ass.
the real answer for me is that cool ass ninja with a fucking sword. You know, I was like,
fuck yeah, dude.
yeah, I was like, dude, I want to play as him, and you know, you didn't get to. At
And then
least,
you saw him, you were like, I never want to be that guy.
yeah.
Ever.
Hurt me, Snake. More.
I just want to want
cool.
to throw this out there that Sam does an excellent ninja impression from the second Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, you mean this one? Just remember, there's mines there.
It's been a good while since I heard it on the show. I had to bring it back up.
I haven't done that in a long time.
Oh, that's amazing.
Anyway. And I'm assuming the podcast is Cole's fault.
So
correct?
yeah, Cole told me about this podcast, and I was like,
My fault.
and my immediate thought was like, oh, that's cute, and then immediately forgot about it. But I was like running out of podcasts to listen to, and I texted Cole and I was like, hey, what was that thing you mentioned? And he told me, he's like, oh yeah,
I'm realizing something very deep about our friendship now.
well, I'm a busy man, Cole. I'm a busy man.
I'm just fucking with you.
But yeah, I discovered the podcast for that, so I was listening to like a couple episodes, and after the fifth one, I was like, yeah, I gotta like get in on the Patreon. I'm using this enough throughout my day. And I listened, I think, to every single episode in the span of like 2 weeks, because it was the only thing
shit.
I was just listening to it all day at work, and went at the gym when I was walking my dog. I was watching the YouTube episodes while I was falling asleep at night, and I just I could not get enough Metal Gear in my life. So I think you guys rekindled my affection for video games.
Whoa, dude.
Yeah. Because I hate video games.
Wow. I hate it.
I hate video games.
I hate baseball.
Okay, boomer.
Okay, boomer.
Oh God.
Whoa.
No, I just,
No, that's later. We're talking about that later.
That might be a callback.
no, I just
Got him.
Or
I
a
just
flash
think it's
forward.
like,
forward.
well, I just think it's easy to think that like, oh, video games are this really negative thing, but this podcast reminded me of how much it can bring people together from like totally different backgrounds, and it's
Creating connections.
God, it's one of the best online communities I've ever been a part of. I'll say that.
Yeah, it's a really, really awesome community.
Damn, son.
I've made so many friends for real, and we've done some really cool stuff as a group.
Yeah. I agree. I think we have a very good group of people that listen to this podcast, and I'm very appreciative of that. And thank you for your kind words. It started off kind of like Metal Gear Mondays, my last resort, but it got nicer, and I appreciate your kind words.
He took the napkin that Cole wrote it down on and blew his nose with it. Maybe I'll remember this later.
But I stuck it in my pocket. I'll say that.
Well, yeah, it's a handkerchief.
Yeah, of course.
Handkerchief. Cole, why are you writing on handkerchiefs? Those things
Okay,
are
look,
reasonable.
like, don't question my methods. I got him here, all right?
And then
do whatever the fuck I want.
later Cole was like, "Hey, did you check out that podcast I told you about?" And Chris went, "Don't bother me when I'm being rich." Smacked him right across the mouth.
I'm fucking rich, bitch. Well, that's super awesome. Thank you guys for joining us and making it feels
thank you for
so
having
weird.
us.
Unfortunately, Isaac has just been very busy with work, and he's not able to commit to covering the game. And of course, we know the story with Alessio, and so and I wanted to bring the new class in for this coverage. So I don't have any news items. We might have some stuff next week, but I I kind of just want to start talking about this video game. How do you guys feel about
Let's
that?
just jump right into it, man. Jump right into it like the game just throws you right into it.
Fucking A, it does.
The rope, along with the stick, are two of mankind's oldest tools. The stick, to keep the bad away, the rope used to bring the good towards us. They were our first friends of our own invention. Wherever there were people, there were the rope and the stick. And that is from Kobo Abe's Nawa. It's also the first fucking thing you see when you boot up this video game.
That's incredible.
So I was gonna look up the "once there was an explosion" quote, and as I was typing it in, it autofilled to "once there was an ugly barnacle."
He was so ugly that everyone died. The end. So this is the first thing. This is the first quote that you see in the game. It's a quote from Kobo Abe, who about the stick and the rope, and it's meant to. I don't fucking know what it's about, but
I mean, it sounds to me like it's a reference to the stick being the ladder and the rope being your rope.
Mm-hmm.
Your rope,
so,
your fucking rope.
Your fucking rope.
I actually saw a think piece in the Washington Post that was talking about Death Stranding. Yes, and they did an interview with Kojima at this event that Alessio and I went to. It was like the night before that he and I went, and Kojima said that he put this quote in the game because he feels like the stick is meant to like push people away, right? And every like video game up to this point has been a stick, and it's a weapon, and you like use it, and it's combative. But he wanted to make something that like pulled people together, and that's like where
he wanted to make a rope.
He wanted to make a Strand video game, so that's why this whole new genre of strands, as he calls it.
So, like, the idea of, like, Strand isn't so much so it's like you're so alone and, you know, no one's around you. It's kind of like that, kind of a double entendre where it's like you have the rope kind of binding you together, but also the strands that connect all of us, as well as you just being alone at certain points in the game.
Oh, shit, I like that explanation a lot more than my guess. I'm just going to go sit over in the corner and let you intellectuals talk it out.
Oh, man. King Shit's over here talking about intellectual bullshit.
Chris's aura has rubbed off on you guys.
Oh no. Oh no,
So
I've
you
ruined
see
the
this-
podcast.
The podcast is canceled now.
I found it quite shallow and pedantic.
You could go to bit.ly/Metal Gear Store to buy the rest of our stuff so we can leave. Bye.
It's MGM Store.
Well, you know what? That's why you do the
Goddamn it.
outro, Sam, okay?
That's why I do the outro, and we're not even at the fucking outro. Cole Duncan. Anyway, I hate it when mommy and daddy fight.
Does this mean we
you
get
see
two
this quote.
Christmases?
You see this quote, and then can we talk very quickly about that sick fucking Kojima Productions introduction?
Yo, I want to play that
dude.
video game. I want to be that
Me
dude.
too. There was lots of like Ludens is badass. There was a lot of dope ass whale imagery.
You think you're underwater for a second and then
And then
nope.
you're on the fucking moon, bitch.
Fucking moon.
Well, actually, he's hanging out here in Moonbase Alpha with me.
Oh shit, can you put him on real quick?
Oh, word.
Yeah, can we talk to Ludens real quick?
Yeah, hold on. Ludens! Ludens! Come here.
Hey, what's up, guys? Ludens
Hey,
here.
Ludens, how's it going?
Pretty good. Just enjoyed Fiverr and listened to you guys on Moonbase Alpha.
So are you the reason why you guys have fiber up there right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I work for Google. My dad is Google.
Hey, Ludens, can I ask you a quick question really quick?
Hey, what's up?
Can you what do you think about Death Stranding? Is it a good video game? Objectively?
The Amazon drones haven't delivered it up here yet.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
What was it like just being around Hideo Kojima for so long?
Oh, he's awesome. He's like a second father to me. Although, he would not respect my shellfish allergy. Shrimp was always on the table. Constant anaphylactic shock. That's why I have to wear the mask.
Chris, you got anything for Ludens?
Yeah, hey,
this exclusive interview?
Hey, Ludens, what do you think of Real Down to Mars Girls?
All right, guys, I'm going to talk to you later.
All right, thanks, Ludens. Hey, guys.
Oh, man.
Oh,
wow,
man.
that was crazy,
Great
Zach.
guy. Great guy.
Yeah, bet you
guy.
guys didn't expect that interview, huh?
A gentleman
Oh,
and a
really?
scholar.
That's
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow. That's the most exclusive interview we've gotten on the show.
Yeah.
Wow. Real down to Mars Girls. Fuck you, Chris. So anyway, we see the Sick Ass Productions logo, and then we're kind of led into the game. The first cutscene of the game. There's really no pomp and circumstances after you start it. You have Sam Porter Bridges, as we know, Norman Reedus, reading a quote, which you can presume is about the Big Bang. He says, "Once there was an explosion, a bang which gave birth to time and space. Once there was an explosion, a bang which set a planet spinning in that space. Once there was an explosion, a bang which gave rise to life as we know it. And then came the next explosion." And then it kind of cuts into Sam riding his bicycle.
Just getting it up that mountain.
Just trucking along, riding his bicycle. Bunch of crows kind of floating around. What's up with the crows? There's a storm and an upside down rainbow, the scariest iconography in the world now.
Yep. Saw a rainbow the other day. Started hyperventilating. Then realized it was a bad thing. Held my breath. Realized that was also a bad thing. And just drove faster.
So we had a big storm roll in earlier today, and there was a perfect half circle rainbow out over the ocean, over the bay. And my buddy was like, "Hey, look, rainbow." I was sort of like, "Ooh, I don't like it. Go away."
No,
Hey,
not
look,
right
a
now.
rainbow. Yeah. And this rain starts killing all these crows. They're falling, dropping dead. Lots of stuff happening as everything tries to run away from this storm. Can I tell you my favorite thing? And not even my favorite thing, but just the biggest thing that I noticed is that as Sam is trying to drive away, he kind of like rides up to the edge of the cliff, and I was very confused as to why he decided to run up to the edge of the cliff. And he looks over to see if there's some escape, and he sees these like goat things trying to jump over this ravine, and one of them just fucking falls.
It's realistic.
It is realistic. I was like, Kojima, what are you doing to these goats, bubby?
I mean, in the ESRB rating spoiler, we got that, a baby just straight up gets shot. So, I mean, what's him from killing a couple goats?
Well, it's because animals are better than humans. So
It's true. They are.
that's why.
I forgot that you're still riding really hard on this, like, fuck babies mentality.
No, not fuck babies. I'm just saying all babies are ugly. And that's the truth.
You can't say fuck babies, okay? That's like... Chris Hansen's going to show up at your house.
Fucking slap your baby in the face. Thinks it's king shit of the castle. No thanks. Fuck that baby.
Can't even hold up its damn head. What are you staring at, baby? I don't fucking know
soft
you.
spot ass bitch.
That goat died for you.
Died for your sins, baby. Appreciate the goat.
Hey, speaking of abrupt changes in conversation, what just popped up out of nowhere?
What?
in this the cutscene? Yeah, just like popped up out of nowhere.
Oh, that BT.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah,
Is that what you're
just
talking
like
about?
drops
BT
in,
is like a
like
handprint just kind of
these-
shows up.
It sounds like a big cat crawling along, or like a
Come pet the motherfucking cat.
a puma or
old
something
cat.
chasing after you.
But yeah, so Sam decides he wants to try and launch over a cliff, which I have had experiences trying to do this in this video game, and it doesn't fucking work.
It does, but you got to do it in a real certain kind of way.
God, it's just because he jumps a much further distance than all the times I've tried. I've fallen down so many fucking ravines, it's insane. But
Same.
he launches over a cliff, and then drives directly into this woman who's standing in the way, and she kind of bamps away like Nightcrawler, and Sam crashes his bike and it falls off a cliff.
Just like bike like goat.
Yeah, bike like goat. It's a goat bike. Falls off the cliff, and Sam is now in the middle of the storm. And this is the first time you're able to control Sam.
Yeah. You gotta go pick up your packages.
Mm-hmm. And so, what is the first thing that you noticed when you started controlling Sam in this game? Like, what was your first feeling?
Well, A, excitement, but B, like, you don't really get a feel for the like balance mechanic. At this point, it was like the traversal was kind of weird because it's like, oh, there's just rocks, and in a standard video game, I'm thinking, oh, rocks, I'm just gonna walk over them. No, in Death Stranding, I'm gonna trip over them a lot. And then you finally kind of get okay, we need to brace up with the backpack. The first thing that kind of shocked or hit me was just how gorgeous the game actually is.
Well, that's what I was going to say is before I even started moving him around is I just did a slow fucking 360 pan around to look at the environment. It was just like, damn, this game is gorgeous. But then I started walking around and immediately realized that I wasn't playing Metal Gear Solid 5 and that the controls were different. My brain just kind of reverted back to those controls, and it's like, oh wait, these aren't the right buttons.
This doesn't work. I noticed that he kind of moves very quickly when he's unencumbered, and I almost yeeted myself off a cliff immediately. Also, I got lost somehow.
You got lost.
I went in the opposite direction of where I was supposed to go by walking a giant circle. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, I was trying to figure out, I tried to like Skyrim myself up the edge of a cliff, and then I fell down, and then like I got turned around. It was so
Sam
bad.
has put 30 hours into this game wandering away from the first objective.
Yeah, spoiler alert, I haven't played this game at all because I'm still stuck in this first room box.
Sam like checks the map and he's like, why the fuck am I in Maine right now?
Nothing has happened. It's just been it's literally been a walking simulator.
All these dead lobsters on the ground.
Oh man, I could eat that lobster. I could go for some lobster right now.
Oh, I had a lobster roll with Alessio in New York, and God, that just was like smack your mama good.
You should never smack your mama, booby. It's disrespectful.
Chris, what was your first impressions whenever you got control?
My immediate thought was like, holy shit, this drives like a dream. Just like moving. God, this is like what I wish Arthur Morgan felt like moving him around in Red Dead Redemption, because like Sam feels like he is actually in his environment and he reacts to it.
Yeah.
And it's the coolest thing I've ever played.
Sam, is it at this point that the game prompts you with the Odra deck for the first time? Am I correct in saying that?
I think so. You're able to scan the environment at this point in the game to kind of see like where the cliffs are taking.
Okay,
like
this is quite possibly one of my favorite parts of the game.
The Odra deck,
just
the Odenkirk,
the Odenkirk, just being able to like scan the environment, and that first ping when you realized, oh, I actually really have to plot out where I'm going, because if I walk over here, it's going to be rough terrain, and I'm thinking in like D&D terms. I'm like, yeah, I can technically walk through there, but it's going to be a little bit harder for me to move. Whereas if I take this other route where everything's blue, I'm like good to go easily. That was just such a cool mechanic to me.
Can I say, we've been doing this podcast for 4 years, just about, or actually we're past 4 years at this point. And I said a lot of really dorky shit, but can I say what I think might be the dorkiest thing I've ever said on this podcast?
Do it up.
Really quick.
Please, Sam, please.
I fucking love topography so much. And this game...
A man after my own heart.
This game makes me hard for topography.
It's cool, right? I mean, like...
It's just so cool.
I mean, it's just...
God, it's so cool.
It's like, it's an added what I thought would detract from the game is adding to it. Like, the terrain is kind of an enemy, or not really an enemy, but it's like a constant obstacle that you, the player, have to be mindful of the entire time.
I will say...
it's like its own kind of antagonist.
I probably played for about 2 or 3 hours before I realized that you could, like, if you press down the touchpad, you can rotate and, like, tilt the map. And, oh boy, that made my life so much easier once I was like, oh shit, I can actually do, like, terrain analysis and really plan my routes instead of just being like, oh, this... Because it doesn't read like a normal topographical map where it's like it gives you not grid lines, like terrain lines and shit like that. I forget what the actual term is. Where closer
elevation lines, I believe.
Elevation lines. That's it. Thank you. It doesn't give you that, so you're just sort of like, oh, it looks like it's a hill, and then you got this fucking 600-foot cliff in front of you. And you're like, oh, I guess I'm going around that.
Yeah, I thought it was such a cool innovation of the touchpad on the PS4 because it wasn't interruptive in the actual gameplay, and I think that some people that have tried to use it have failed in that regard because it doesn't feel intuitive. But this felt like I was like you're actually holding a map and moving it around as you're looking at it.
Because it's gotten to the point now where people really don't know what to do with it, and so they just use it as a glorified pause button. But like, it feels useful in this game. Yeah,
and just actually being able to just manipulate it in such an organic way has just been just one of these other things in the game that is just really innovative in a weird way, even though it's something that's been around for God knows how long now.
But I'd also like to say on this point with this moment when Zach discovered how do you do that, I discovered that later on in the game. But that was my immediate second reaction was it feels so good to play a finished Kojima game again.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
This world just feels so full, whereas Metal Gear Solid 5 felt really empty and sparse.
Yeah, I think that was one of the biggest things that stood out to me, too, because like, I love wandering around in games, and this game was obviously designed for that. Because, like, in Metal Gear Solid 5, it'd be like, oh, your objective is 1.2 kilometers over here, so I'd be like, oh, I'll just walk there, and it was just nothing but empty desert, or like this half-assedly filled jungle where there was nothing going on. And in a world like Death Stranding, that feels natural. But having been to, I've been to Africa, I've been to Afghanistan. It's not like that. There's shit going on all over the place in areas like that. It's not just empty like those games would have you believe.
Well, it's kind of ironic too that the world feels so full and fleshed out when, in the canon of the world, it's empty. It's barren. It's meant to be, a place where you build a shelter and then stay there for an indefinite amount of time.
I think my only thing about the world, and I agree with everything that you guys have said, I think my only thing is that I would have liked to be able to like explore the insides of the not cities, but
agreed.
That's so minor in making the world feel complete. Like it feels like a completely fleshed out world. Like stuff has happened here. It feels lived in.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 5 felt very sterile.
Yeah.
In that respect.
I get that. The only thing with that for me, it just kind of it seems to me that the not cities are not really cities as much as they are just big office buildings for bridges. And so I'm kind of like, like you said, it's minor, but it's kind of like I could take it or leave it. The only places I'm going in here is to my garage or to the depot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the not cities are really just menus. That's what they are.
Yeah.
Also, can I just say that the architecture in this game is awesome? Like all the modern sort of like prefab,
like brutalism.
So good.
Yeah. Just freaking, here, we're going to drop this cube that you're going to live in. It's got everything you need. I don't know why, but just that kind of architecture really just appeals to me for some reason.
Like that, like prefab, like...
Yeah, it's very similar to... I've also been playing the shit out of Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and they've got very similar architecture with like the houses and the offices in that game too, and I just love it. I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'd live in this.
I could live here. I could make a good home here with Chelsea from down the street.
Maybe if you'd bring me my
it's in
grandkids, we
Queens.
could all live here. You stay away
before
from
we
that
see-
Kelsey.
Before we see any of that architecture, we meet somebody.
We do. So once you, if you're me, figure out where the fuck you are.
You come back down. You come back down from Portland, and then you like find
Yep.
your way back.
You find your way into a cave, and this cave should be familiar to people who have watched the like most of the videos running up to this. You walk into a cave, and Sam starts kind of undressing to like dry off, and he's in there with a deer, and he drops a picture on the ground, and a perfectly timed drop of timefall drips on the pregnant woman's face, obscuring her from view, so we don't know who she is.
But Sam, what is timefall?
Well, you see, we're going to find out what timefall is, but to kind of explain what it is, timefall is basically rain that rapidly accelerates in the aging process in people and objects. So those crows that were falling dead, dying, they were being hit by the rain, and they were rapidly aging. And
Have you noticed, like, when you're in a timefall area, the plants?
Yes.
yeah, they grow and decay.
Yes.
Like, because the timefall accelerates that like process, and it's so cool.
Yeah.
I think that's illustrated in the first cutscene too, isn't it? Like it shows a close up of a little stem sprouting, and then it quickly wilts.
Yeah, it is. But I was afraid that it would just be in cutscenes that you get to see that. But I
No,
was
it's in the
so
world.
wrong. It's in the world as well, which is so cool to me.
Yeah. Also, as beautiful as this game is, Sam's facial hair fucking sucks.
Yeah, they really did him dirty
like
with that.
They really did. I mean, he is a dirty boy in this game, so I guess it makes sense.
I mean, Norman Reedus is very patchy in real life. I can testify to that.
But like not this bad.
No.
Yeah.
They gave him they gave him 2 strips of pubes that were Elmer glued to his face. Just like stop halfway up his cheek.
But yeah, so he drops this picture, and he gets these really, really bad goosebumps because he has dooms, as we'll find out in a little bit, meaning he can kind of detect when BTs are around. And one kind of is walking in front of him. You see its prints in front of him, and one steps on the picture, and as it walks away, he tries to grab a picture, and then, despite the fact that I knew this was going to fucking happen, scares the fuck out of me. Somebody grabs Sam's hand and pulls him away, and they're stalked by a BT, and the fucking deer runs out of the cave, which I'm very concerned about. And the BT that's stalking them kind of seems to follow what they're holding their breath. And then another thing that scared the fuck out of me while they're holding their breath, a third BT appears right next to Sam's face. And then it leaves.
Starts crawling all around him.
Starts crawling all around them, and then it eventually leaves.
And find itself a nice BT girl.
And so once they leave, Sam and Fragile kind of look outside of the cave, and you can kind of see very faintly in the sky. I don't know if you guys noticed this. So 2 things that I noticed in this section. While the second BT is in front of them, did you guys notice that Fragile is like looking directly at it? Mm-hmm. But
Yeah.
Sam was kind of looking at the ground where the footprints were?
Yeah.
I did not notice that.
I did.
Yeah, she's like looking up at something.
Well, I'm assuming, and this wasn't a
Oh,
spoiler
when it's
going
climbing
into
up along the wall and like upward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No,
Wait.
when it's in front of them, yeah.
Oh,
This isn't a spoiler because we did see it in the trailers where Fragile asks Sam, what's your level, and he's like, I'm level 2. I've got the was it extinction?
Extinction
Extinction
factor, yeah.
factor.
Yeah, and he alludes that hers must be higher. So I'm assuming, we know that Doom's, with a Doom you can sense BTs. Sam's being level 2 means he can only just legitimately it's like Spidey sense, you get goosebumps.
He gets the tingles.
It's the tingles.
So I'm assuming Fragile can just straight up see them.
Then the second thing I noticed is that after the BTs go away and it kind of stops raining, if you look into the sky, you know how this scene of like those 5 black things floating in the sky above the water is thing. You can kind of see very faintly these 5 white figures in the sky in front of them. And so that's another big thing that I noticed, and I'm curious about that.
Hey, during this time, did any of you guys think back to when you first select new game and it asks you to put in your birthday, and then it tells you, like, for me, I put in my birthday and it gave me like a list of zodiac signs, and one of them was mine, and it said these are people born under these signs are very sensitive to BTs. Mm-hmm. And intend to have a high dooms level. Did it tell you guys that same
it told
message?
Me that as well.
It told me the same thing, but my sign was
So
same.
I just pulled them up. The dooms constellations are Cancer. So we're gonna do a little bit of astrology here. Cancer.
Yeah.
So if you're from June 21st to July 22nd.
I'm a
Pisces,
Cancer.
February 18th through March 20th. Cestus, November. Delphinus, September, or Gigas, January.
Wait, Sustis?
Never heard of.
Is that the
heard of
new
those
one?
last-
Gigas.
Is that the new one they tried to like implement like a few years ago?
Well, that was Ophiuchus. That was Ophiuchus that they tried to implement.
I haven't heard of Cestus, Delphinus, or Gigas ever.
Me either. Gigas is January. That's me.
Yeah, those are like
Delphinus is me.
Yeah, because I'm a Scorpio.
Ooh, it's Scorpio season right now, buddy.
No, my birthday is
is.
next week.
Ooh.
happy early birthday.
Thanks, man. Well, actually,
So
we'll talk before it for next week's episode too.
Yeah, so you get to wish him a happy birthday again.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna double up on that.
Two
you know,
for
I'm
the
gonna
price of
I'm gonna
one.
give you so many.
I'm gonna
happy
double up on my
birthdays.
Zach love. You know.
My Zach love, my Zach
Oh,
glove.
stop it, you two.
So anyway, so Fragile's been holding Sam's like wrist this entire time, and he kind of like yanks away from her, and then she starts freaking out about like it's chiral allergy, which is a reaction that people have, people can have to BTs and like chiral things. And that's when they have the conversation about the dooms and like their levels and the extinction factor and stuff like that. And then she introduces herself as Fragile, and she recognizes him and calls him the man who delivers, and then offers him one of those little grubby things, which they're called. I did not
Cryptobiotes.
They're cryptobiotes. I call them fucking cryptobites. You can't stop me.
Nope.
Cryptobites.
They're crypto bites.
He does not accept this, and she eats it instead.
Those things are weirdly adorable.
They have these little faces.
They're like
yeah.
little,
I feel so
like-
bad.
Like big old tardigrades.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have
That's
little
what they look
faces
like.
on them. It's super cute, and I feel bad about eating them, but they help me get my blood back, and I really need that. So,
It's either the cryptobiote or a goat, Sam. You choose.
Goat.
both.
Both.
But yeah, so she says, do you want to work for me? He says, you got plenty of people. And she says plenty of traitors. And that there's not much left of her company. And then reveals that she has this full bodysuit and gloves because she was soaked from neck to toe with timefall, meaning her body has been rapidly aged.
Yeah, she's got a gross hand. She pulls off her glove and shows that.
So
Little
real
gross, little
old decrepit hand.
Yeah, a little old hand, the oldest hand.
Yeah, that's kind of macabre, isn't it? It's like
A little bit, yeah.
because it really helps introduce that mechanic of timefall into the game. It impresses on you like
how important it is.
how serious it is.
Yeah, it makes it kind of like a tangible fear to have.
Yeah. I feel like old decrepit hand should be a white card in Cards Against Humanity.
I'm gonna put that on my custom card right now. Actually,
Old decrepit hand.
Fragile's decrepit hand.
But yeah, so after this conversation, like, she gets ready to leave and tells him to watch himself because the BTs never stay gone for long. And then Sam finally picks up the picture, and Fragile says the timefall may fast forward what it touches, but it can't wash everything away. And then she kind of bamps away again. So yeah, so after this, it's time to march your way to your next destination.
With a perfect song for introducing this.
Oh yeah,
Low Roar.
we're all big
Is.
fans of Low Roar now. I feel like.
Oh yeah, well
So
I
good.
was sold on them from the first commercial when they put this out. back in 2016.
Yeah. Let me just say I went and immediately ordered this week every single one of their albums on vinyl.
Nice.
Hell yeah,
Nice.
Kojima made me a fan.
They're very good. Like it's one of those things where I think we had a conversation with, I think, Terry, who mentioned that like Kojima and his products have a way of like elevating people to a certain height that they maybe wouldn't have gotten to before. And I think him just kind of picking up, because Low Roar is the soundtrack to basically every like sweeping like breathtaking moment in the game that like, you see like everything around you, and so it's so good. And then every time you hear one of their songs, it gives it to you so you can listen to it in the room, and it's just it's so good.
Yeah, the sound design is just impeccable because it's like the music like combined with all of the oral sounds that like of Sam walking and the rain and just the environment.
Well, I like how they do a thing too where like it sort of starts out normal and then once the song really gets going, everything else becomes muted with the exception of the rain if it's raining.
Yeah.
And
and that's a very deliberate choice, I think.
And
which works well.
Yeah, one of the good ones. And that song is "Don't Be So Serious" by Low Roar, just for clarification's sake.
Don't be so serious. Yeah.
Hey Sam, cue it here.
Don't be so serious. Don't be so serious. Don't be so serious.
Oh, you see, I didn't know if that was still a thing or not. That's why.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
Good to know.
But this time it's me and not Alessio, so it's not funny anymore.
Yeah, it's still funny. It's still funny. The student has become the master.
Oh man, just wait until I can fucking make you learn how to edit. God damn.
Oh,
it's gonna be every 5 seconds I'm gonna want you to cue something.
Oh yeah, I've edited one podcast in my life and that was a chore.
So this is kind of like your first real traversal section, getting from from the cave to, I guess it's Central Knot that you get to. Anything new that popped up that you tried to figure out that you?
No, I actually thought that this was a pretty good intro because if I remember correctly, right from the bat you can see where you're going, like it's just sort of like off in the middle distance, so. You don't really have to worry about like laying down waypoints or whatever. It's more so just like, hey, there's your objective. You just got all this landscape between you. Have fun with it.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Zach. I think it was just a perfect intro to the game, and it allowed you to really just take in everything. And I think that's what it was designed to do.
Yeah, agreed. It's just the game, like, so... Me and Alessio kind of talked last week about how I think the tutorials are a little like the tutorial pops are a little heavy-handed, which I still do agree with, but they do a good job of like ushering you in the right direction and kind of showing you like what you should be doing versus like everything else.
Yeah.
So I can't be too mad at them. And they're for the most part not very intrusive, I would say.
To a point, I can agree with you, but I'm much further in the game now, and they just God help you if you accidentally select a weapon, it's gonna give you that pop up on how to use it, and I have yet to be able to find a way to turn those off.
Well, I agree with you guys on that. To an extent, I will say that I prefer them a lot more than I do with how Metal Gear used to do it. I know we're not doing like comparisons right now, but not having your codec go off every 10 seconds for them to say, Sam, for you to equip this one item, press the action key and da 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 da. It's just having it kind of like pop up on the bottom of my screen. I'm okay with.
Well, I think that it's purposefully designed to be that way because honestly, as I've been playing this to prepare for the podcast, I feel like I'm not playing it the right way. I think it's meant to be played over a very long period of time,
Oh, for sure.
And those
Yeah.
things are there to remind you of like, this is how you play the game when you hop back into it. Because I think
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think just the culture of how like we have to play this for the show, and like I like in a perfect world we'd be doing like 15, 20 episodes on this podcast just to like
I
but,
I don't know about you guys, but I fully intend like once we finish this for the show, I'm gonna shelve this for at least 6 months and then eventually go back and sort of play through it at my own pace. Without that crunch that unfortunately we have to play it with because of how we're doing the show.
Yeah, no, I definitely planned on coming back to it probably next year. I mean, for the show, I have taken a little bit of a break with it. I played to the part where we needed to be for this episode, but I have put the game down for at least a day. And, after we're done with all this, I'll probably get on there for another hour, play a little bit, and just kind of see how that pacing feels as well.
Yeah. I haven't played it since Sunday.
I actually had to force myself not to play it today. Oh, I'm sorry to cut you off, Sam.
No, that's all I was going to say.
I was going to say, because I played it basically since it came out. I mean, over the weekend, we had a 3-day where I'm at for Veterans Day. And literally every waking moment where I wasn't eating and watching like Hulu or something, I was playing Death Stranding. And then I put a couple hours into it on Tuesday. And but today I didn't touch it. I was like, well, we're gonna be talking about it. Let me just let me shelve it for today just to give myself a break.
Yeah.
I mean,
Chris, I think that makes a lot of sense about like I haven't thought about it like that, but I think that makes a lot of sense about why the tutorials are so persistent. Yeah, holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, no, good on you for putting that together, Chris, because I never would have put that together.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, I don't know, because on Sunday, like all I did on Sunday was I woke up, I played Death Stranding. In the middle of the day, it was like so nice. I went out and I went for a 4-mile hike with my dog. And, the only thing I could think about on that hike was like, I'm Sam right now, just walking through the wilderness. And I don't know, that feeling just like brought me such joy. And I can't remember the last time that I've been able to connect on an intimate way and a direct way with the video game and like bring it into my real life.
I've had a similar experience with that down here. So for the whole Moonbase Alpha thing is obviously true. But before I came up here, I was actually working down in South America, and there were a lot of like hills and small mountains and all that, and I'd get that feeling that Chris is describing just from Ghost Recon alone, and now I can only imagine how it would have been with Death Stranding.
Yeah. The game is such a fucking mood, you know what I mean? It's just, and it's so easy to, especially it's so easy to insert yourself into it as well, just because like, I think Sam is a really great avatar for the player. And I think that like it's so easy to just go out and be in nature. No matter where you are, there's somewhere you can just go. To be alone with your thoughts.
We've talked a little bit off mic about, and a little bit on mic about how Norman isn't quote unquote the best actor in this game, and in a weird way, I think that he is the perfect actor for it because he doesn't emote that much. It kind of allows the player, like us as the player, to kind of project ourselves easier onto Sam.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Cole. I think
he's a blank canvas.
He is. I remember reading he's the most popular character in The Walking Dead, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember his character's name in the show, but
Daryl Dixon.
Yeah, Daryl Dixon. But I think he's so popular because he's the guy that like people can project themselves on. They see themselves as the Daryl Dixon of The Walking Dead.
Right, because he's not so specific that you have to be A, B, C, D to be Daryl Dixon or to be Sam Porter Bridges. He's just in a weird way of him just being kind of two-dimensional. he is extremely, extremely relatable.
He's the everyman.
Exactly.
Well, and even in his interactions, in and out of cutscenes. I mean, I love when you're just wandering around. You'll just hear him be like, "Gotta keep on keeping on," and just little shit like that. It's so realistic.
And like
because,
stuff like
if
that I'll say.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually, Sam, I'm wondering how you reacted when the first time he said, "All right, Sam, just keep going. You got this."
I felt like my heart swelled. Like, I was like, I do got this, damn it.
Yeah.
My favorite thing that's happened in this game is when I was sneaking through an area with BTs, I was just like, oh, fuck this, fuck. And then he goes, fuck. I'm just like, yeah, Sam, hell yeah.
So I had one that was just like that where I was sneaking through and there was one right there. I was like, oh, you fucker. I was like, you get away from me, you scary bitch. And then Sam goes, you're a scary one, aren't you?
It's almost like honestly, it's almost like the controller is listening to you.
Right.
Yeah, it's a wiretap.
Sometimes, like, yeah, it's so weird. It's so weird how perfect some of this
That's
stuff
big
is.
Sony collecting our information.
Big Sony.
Speaking of scary shit.
Yeah, scary shit. So you go here. Fuck, this next scene fucking tripped me out so bad. You deliver your stuff, and you see a hologram of my crush and yours, Mama, Margaret Qualley. Zach.
She's pretty.
I don't know. I don't know if she's my crush.
I'm a fragile boy personally.
That's fair.
Let me just say, Mads is daddy.
Mads is
Well, that
daddy.
too.
Mads is
That
daddy.
too. Mads is daddy.
The rest of you stay the
Mads is
fuck away
daddy.
from Margaret, though.
Hey.
I'm not stepping in anybody's
We've had this
backyard over
conversation
here.
Oh my god. Let's just draft women. Is that PC? Can we do that?
Margaret, if you're listening to the show and you want to be interviewed, I'll gladly be on that episode.
Oh god.
Oh,
Christ. Zach had like a heart attack when he found out we were going to interview Stephanie Houston. So I can only imagine what he'll do if we manage to get Margaret Qualley on the podcast.
Man, if the time difference between you guys and Afghanistan had been any shorter, I would have fucking moved fucking hell and earth to be on that interview with her. I actually, and not in a bad way, I fell asleep to her interview, and that's because I could listen to that woman read the back of a cereal box and still be enthralled.
I just want to say, Alessio, if you're listening to this right now and you happen to bump into Mads Mikkelsen on the street in New York, in the Big Apple, and happen to get him on this podcast, I will quadruple my Patreon donation to be on that episode.
Damn.
It's
Daddy
canon
Mads.
now. It's set in stone.
Yep, it is set in stone. You have to do it. But yeah, so Mama, you see a hologram of Mama, and she kind of chides him a little bit and says the legend's never late, and he mentions that he lost his bike and he was waiting out the storm. And yeah, so you get this clear screen, and I think that the clear screen, I've managed to understand it more as I played the game. The first time I saw the clear screen, I had no idea what the fuck was going on.
It's very
is.
busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was so confused. Like I said, as I've played it, like I've started slowing down a little bit and like reading the things a little bit more, and I've started to start understanding like what the meaning is. But I think we kind of talked about it this week. It kind of it almost feels slightly arbitrary in a way, even though it's giving you like tangible benefits. Like it just feels like a here's points, you know?
Sure. I mean, but points. I hate being that guy now. Like points in video games nowadays are just kind of like, I can. Cool, thanks. I appreciate it. I don't really need to know all of my like how many meters I walked.
I see.
I love that.
I love.
Where it retraces your route and shows.
I mean, like I love seeing my route, but I don't really need that quantified into my final score. You know what I mean?
I see what you mean.
Well, I also like how have you guys noticed that whenever you go into your map, it actually traces all of your previous routes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which
that gets kind of annoying for me.
Really?
Yeah,
How
because
come?
like it'll keep all the routes even after you clear the map, and it's just like it clutters it up for me a little bit. Like I just want to be.
You see, I like that because if I'm going back somewhere that I've been already, I don't have to plan a new route. I can just lay my waypoints on top of how I've already gone.
Which I get. I think it would have been better if like it was because you know how you can click in the stick and it'll change the type of map you're looking at.
Wait, what?
I think it would have been better. Do you not know about this?
I did not know about this.
I didn't know
if you
about
click
this.
in the right. Do you guys not know how to check the fucking weather forecast?
No.
Oh my god! I got some shit
I know
to tell
how to
you
check
boys.
the weather forecast. Yeah.
Yeah, if you click in the right stick, it'll change the type of map you're looking at, and it'll give you different
Son
information.
of a
Wow.
bitch, that would have made some stuff so much easier.
Only 35
And so
hours in and
one of
still
them-
learning new shit. Cool.
Yeah, one of them later. You don't have it up front, but like where we all are at this point, you have the ability. If you click it, I think twice, it'll show you where it's raining, and then you can adjust the time.
Oh,
And
shit.
see when it's going to stop raining and when it'll start raining. Yeah, fuck,
Well,
guys, come on.
I'd be hiding under like a shelter or whatever, and it'd be like,
For a minute.
I'd be like, check the weather, and I'd be like, I don't know how to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to click on the stick.
Oh shit,
Wow.
that's awesome.
Thanks, Sam.
Thanks, Sam.
You guys are fucking lame-o gamers.
I'm gonna
Me
pretend you
and
didn't
Chris
say
programmers
that,
over
all
here
right?
checking the weather. But so go back to my original point. Then I think if you click in the stick, I think if it brings up your lines again, I think that would be good. But I think forcing it as the default it jumbles me up a little bit, and I just want to be able to look at a clean map sometimes.
Sure.
But it's not the hugest deal. But like I just wish I had that like clean slate to work off of if I'm like especially if I'm in a new place going somewhere new.
Yeah. I think the feeling that I get from like being able to look at the map and see the paths that I've chosen to take, it gives me that same feeling that like when you mow a yard and you're done and you look out on the lawn and you're like, heck yeah, I just mowed a yard.
Yeah. Look at those lines.
I do love the path.
So like, look at
I do
this.
love the path.
Look at my property. Look at my land. It looks great.
Look at this land.
It's good to have
This land
land.
is my land. This land is my land.
But this land is Sam's land, and I think it gave me that same sense of like, wow, I actually did cover a lot of ground, even though it feels like at times it's one step forward, two steps back with like navigating some of the terrain.
I will say
come together
sometimes
as
it feels inconsistent with how far you've traveled. Like there have been times where I've blown through a thing pretty quickly, and it's like you've traveled 5,000 meters, and then I've gone on what feels like a fucking odyssey, and it'll be like you went 1,500 meters. I'm like, that doesn't feel like it.
Well, the map that like whenever you connect different cities doesn't feel.
Oh
like
no,
that
not at all. Yeah.
Oh, it's like you were in like Maryland just 10 minutes ago, and now you are like 4 states over.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, of course they can't have like a one-to-one
weird.
comparison of the United States.
Of course, but it. I don't know that part just kind of felt.
It was
odd to
it
me.
was a little jarring at first, yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's like, oh,
yeah.
you're in Washington and now you're in South Carolina. You're like, I
Right.
walked for half an hour.
But after we get done talking to Mama, we walk back out, and our boy Igor shows up.
in this dumb fucking truck.
Yeah.
These trucks are dumb.
Yeah. Let's just put a fucking scissor forklift to drop a truck bed on top of it.
How's that not tip
Yeah, we
over immediately?
I have no idea.
Well, they do. Trust me.
Yeah.
As someme who has driven
yeah.
a couple of those trucks in this game, they tip.
We want a utility vehicle with the center of gravity at the highest point possible.
Yup.
With a real narrow wheelbase.
That'd be a cool fucking monster jam, wouldn't it?
Sunday.
It actually kind of reminds me when I used to drive a Toyota FJ Cruiser. I got that thing up on 2 wheels more than a few times.
I see you like to.
But yeah,
look
so
at the
this dumb fucking truck shows up, and Igor comes out of it from Bridges Corpse Disposal, and he tries to shake Sam's hand, but he kind of reveals that Sam has a thing about touching.
What's it, racinphobia or something like that?
Yeah, exactly that.
Razzle-frazzle-phobia. Yeah, it's asymphophobia, I think is what it is.
I was like 2 letters off.
Razzle-dazzle-phobia. But yeah, so the men kind of get into the back of this truck, and Igor kind of explains they have to take this body to the incinerator, and that this guy has been dead for 40 hours and apparently died by suicide, and that they barely found him in time.
And it introduces a horrifying concept.
Yes,
Because what happens if they don't burn the body?
Yeah, if in 48 hours a body will necrotize, and if it's not if it's not burned in time, it turns into a BT and creates a fucking void out. And
they can't burn him on site because the like crazy like amount of like chiralium that would be released would absolutely pollute the entire city.
Can I say here that this moment in the game really gives you a sense of like how bleak the world is now.
Oh yeah,
it's dark.
Oh, I was on the edge. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time for this. Next
It's like the world is so
It's,
bad. This person didn't even want to be alive. They made the choice to end their life, and we don't even have time to mourn that issue because we have to deal with it to survive.
Well, and not only that, but there's a good probability that this person made the choice to end their life knowing that doing so would put everyone else in danger because of the BTs and the void.
Well, there's some speculation within the game a little bit later that this person was like an infiltrator from the demons and did it on purpose as like a fucking bombing,
Kind of like a martyr type situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's fucking paranormal suicide.
Wow.
bomber.
Yeah, so somebody said it as like an off thing, and I was like, "Fuck, what if it was?" And so yeah, so there's a lot of like things to read into here. Like it could have been this person who just thought the world was so bleak that they did not care if they killed everybody, killing themselves, or it was a fucking terrorist.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was almost like a mercy thing. Like I'll take the hit, but these guys won't find me, and that'll basically give them a quick out as well.
You know, the world is so bleak. I mean, who it would be a mercy to just take everyone out at once,
Basically.
Wow.
But yeah, so Igor mentions that like between Sam's dooms, and then he pulls out this thing, which is a baby in a tube.
Oh,
which is
it's a BB!
baby. It's a BB to help detect BTs, and they kind of set off. And while you're in the back of this truck,
Oh shit!
you can look around with the camera, and Igor is just kind of talking about how America used to be and before the Death Stranding. And like if you look at the body, like the outside is getting like stormier and stormier. If you look outside, it's super creepy. If you pay attention to the body, this body's fucking shaking and like freaking the fuck out.
Black.
Oh, it's got like these black tendrils that are starting to come out of it, and it's oozing.
Yeah.
It's real.
This
gross.
part of the game really freaked me out because one, like I was trying to take it in, but I felt like because you had control of the camera, if I turned away from any one part, I was going to miss something really important.
You feel absolutely helpless in this moment.
Helpless and frantic and just... And I think that's like the feeling they wanted to give, like this idea that if you look at something for too long, you're going to miss something else, like this frantic nature. Like that's what you're supposed to feel in this moment.
They give you just enough control to feel out of control.
Yep.
But eventually, a fucking BT crashes into the truck, and it goes to black. And when it comes back, Sam is kind of waking up, and the driver's pinned underneath the truck. He's making a lot of noise while Igor's trying to get him out. And then Igor's Odenkirk sensor pops up and starts flashing, and Igor starts freaking out about BTs, and Sam yells at them to like shut up and don't even breathe. So everybody's quiet. And this BT's kind of crawling around the area, and then when it goes away and the Odenkirk stops flashing, I can't stop calling it that. When it stops flashing,
I'm not sorry.
Don't be. It stops flashing. Igor gives Sam a thumbs up, and it's not a fucking thumbs up.
No, it's not a good moment here.
And then my favorite thing is that it zooms back over to Sam next to the corpse, and you'll notice with all the black stuff, there's gold on its face.
Yeah, it's like a mat. It's like a skull almost.
Mm-hmm. And then it starts sinking into a lake of this like black tar stuff, and another BT pops up, and it starts coming after Sam, but it kind of steps in the blood on his leg and kind of like flips out a little bit, and then the driver starts screaming, and the driver gets kind of like, he's aged as fuck because of the time fall, and the BT starts dragging him away in the tar.
Oh, that's right, because his face was
Yeah.
exposed.
Which I don't think so. In the trailer of this, they didn't show him being aged at all.
Yeah, they didn't.
No, they cut out that part.
What I love about this scene, and I just think it's, I don't know, part of it is just like, come on, really? Is as he's being like dragged down by the BTs, you know, Igor's still right there, pulls out his gun. He's still right there. You know this guy is done for. He's still right there. They start dragging him away. They get about 10 meters away, and that's when Igor goes, all right, yeah, now it's time for target practice. Now I'm going to do it. After this guy's last moments are absolute terror for a good minute.
So I think that the reason Igor did that was because if he had fired it while they were right there, they would have just been like, oh, there's another fucking snack right here, and gone after him.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I don't know, but I'm just thinking like in the moment, like personally me, and I'm obviously not in this world, but the first thing I would think of is like, this dude's done for. I've got to get rid of him. But you know, they drag him away. Igor shoots them, and they
And then Cole, and then what happens?
they think they're good. They think they're good, and then they're all of a sudden not, because a BT grabs Igor, and
This
he
part
starts
was awful.
freaking
Well,
out.
don't forget what happens before that.
Oh shit! How
Man
did I
in a
forget
hood
that?
with a mask
Camera
floats
pans
down.
over. Camera pans over, and we see a certain boy standing on top of the truck.
Yeah. A little gold-faced boy.
Old Goldface Higgs.
The golden face
We see
boy.
Higgs standing on top of the truck, and he kind of shushes to Sam and then disappears.
And then he was dragged in the air, and he fucking starts stabbing himself to death as if to
After he tosses Sam the BB.
Yep, and loses his gun.
tells him to run. Yeah,
Oh, that's so I've got a weird infatuation with like very realistic, like painful or fearful screams in video games and film and all that. And the ones done in this section are definitely etched into my memory now.
they're very
terrifying.
yeah. Especially the drivers. Like Igor's are really bad. The drivers are fucking
Like his sounded like they were actually like fucking with that guy in the sound booth. Like he did real well for that.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But
then after Igor basically stabs himself to death, you see this very, very large Titanic figure with a little gold head face, and he's holding these like black reins, which that's a whole level of symbolism there that I need to talk about a little bit
Is
later.
he holding them? I thought those were
He's
like
holding-
his fingers extended.
No, I think he's holding them. I might be wrong, but
it
like,
looks like his hands are closed, and it's like he's pulling something up with these like tendrils.
Oh, I must have just seen what I
So-
wanted to see.
so I got something to talk about a little bit later with respect to that.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, because I think Chris, you and me might be on the same page as this.
I think we are.
But yeah, so this thing is he's holding these reins, and then he basically explodes, and then Sam wakes up and he's naked on a beach with a baby, and it's connected to him with a black umbilical cord, and he holds the baby and he starts crying. Then the baby disappears, and he's got this black ink on his hands, and these baby handprints crawl towards the water, and then you see this like very large like cross-shaped scar on Sam's belly as he stands up. And then you see those 5 black figures that we've seen in all like these marketing things floating in the sky, and they disappear. And then you see Death Stranding on the screen.
Title
And then somebody, and Cole, here's this point of contention again. Somebody starts singing London Bridge like a fucking psychopath.
I'm not doing
and
this.
it's,
I'm not doing this with you right now.
So
Yeah.
I gotta agree with Sam on this one, Cole.
We've
Who sings London Bridge like that?
I'm just saying, maybe it was like a calming thing from his childhood.
No,
Because
fuck
I
you,
have
fuck
a
you,
theory
Cole. It's
that
so sinister.
The way that she was singing would not have fucking calmed me as a child.
I get that.
I'd have had
get
fucking
that.
nightmares.
I've got a theory, and I don't know if I should say it now or if I should wait.
What's next? Cole, did your mom like come into your room at night and be like, the Itsy Bitsy Spider?
Listen, don't talk about Joyce like that.
I will
okay?
not have St. Joyce disgraced like that on this
No.
podcast.
Hey,
Joyce-
St. Joyce's.
Joyce was a saint, like and an angel. Before I even met her, I knew who she was.
Absolutely. She has an amazing singing voice.
The woman's name is Joyce. I mean, I don't know any bad Joyces out there.
All right. Do you want this theory now, or do you want me to like save it?
Let's savor the flavor. Let's save it for let's save it for.
But Amelie, not a bad guy, shows up, starts singing. Beautiful.
I guess we're not saving it for later.
No. She's singing and whatnot. But yeah, you know what?
Anyway, so she walks past Sam and into the water, and don't go in there. It's gross. And Sam kind of follows her, and then he drops and sinks into the water, which I would suppose is the seam, is what they explain it as, which is the kind of the space between the beach and like in the living world. And they kind of teach you about repatriation, which is how Sam comes back to life. You have to guide his soul back into his body. And you do that. And
you get a little surprise, don't you?
Yeah, you get a little glimpse of a strange man. He's a daddy.
Oh, Chris, you want to take this?
Mads is daddy. Holy shit. Mads is daddy.
More like Maddie, am I right?
Let me tell you.
Stay away from that Maddie girl. I heard she's got loose lips.
Let me tell you, there was this video of Mads at the gallery, and he was outside wearing that military uniform, smoking a cigarette, and he pushes his hair back, and I died.
Yeah.
I really like the design they gave him for his whole military outfit.
It is really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Actually,
it's really good.
Like realistic too, which I really appreciate.
Well, this is like Kojima putting all those years of like R&D into like from the Metal Gear games into practice still, right? Because wasn't it they spent like Konami and all this spent like so much money for him to go and meet with like real military advisors and shoot the guns and try on the equipment and stuff way back in Metal Gear.
The only exception I have is he's got this weird infatuation with having people, and you'll see this in the briefing later. They like kick their arm up at 90 degrees, like it's called chicken winging, and no one really does that anymore. But he's got a weird infatuation with it.
Maybe it's something that like is outdated now, but he learned like back in the 90s or something.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty interesting to hear, like how kind of realistic it is, but also kind of outdated it is.
That's really the only thing that I noticed. Like everything else, and I can go into details on this later when it actually pertains to it. But like the whole outfit that Mads wears, like having the experience that I have, I'm able to like pick out the piece. I'm like, oh shit, like that's something I would wear. That's a real thing that X, Y, and Z uses and shit like that.
That's really cool. That's really, really cool, actually.
Like that a lot.
So we get repatriated.
We see a little clip we see a little clip of Daddy Mads, and he picks what we can only presume is BB up off of a pedestal, and he says he asks if BB can hear him, and he refers to himself as BB's daddy. And then you repatriate, and Sam wakes up, and he vomits a bunch of tar stuff, and then surveys the crater left by the BT.
What's it look like, Sam?
It looks like a fucking crater.
But there's a big-ass handprint.
There sure is. It's buck wild. And then he kind of repeats the lines from the beginning. He says, once there was an explosion, a bang that gave rise to life as we know it, and then came the next explosion. And then he adds, an explosion that will be our last.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun. And that's the prologue. We've been talking a lot about the prologue.
Holy shit! Yeah, we have.
Yeah. So let's kind of, because chapter 1's a little bit shorter, so we'll talk about it's a lot of story up front, and that's why we're talking about it a lot. Like it's setting up a lot, and then once we get to a certain point, the story gets more spaced out.
Oh yeah, there's good chunks where you're just sort of wandering, and the most interaction you have is just your holograms that you're delivering to.
And so it introduces the title card a little bit after this, but we're basically now in episode 1. And so Sam kind of wakes up in this room and he's handcuffed to the bed, and he kind of turns and he's crying, and then it flashes and this episode is episode 1, Bridget, and he's joined in this room by a man in a red jacket, a very strange red jacket, who kind of identifies himself as a doctor or a coroner named Deadman, who is well acquainted with the dead but has never actually died, so he's not dead. This was a theory that we had a while back, but so he's not dead. We get into a lot of him later, but yeah. So Deadman kind of like he kind of rotates his cuff and frees Sam.
I just gotta say, I love that little like arm raised, just the quick cuff rotation animation that he does. I don't know why, that's just so satisfying to watch.
But yeah, he says that they're not handcuffs, that he's not he's not a prisoner, and they're designed to keep us connected. And then Sam realizes that he's talking about bridges because he sees the logo on the wall.
Yeah. So he's like, who is us? And he just kind of points behind him.
I felt like this part was really kind of heavy-handed with the analogy of like
A little bit.
Yeah,
it's like,
I'm
you're
the same boat with
connected.
Chris.
Social media is like chaining you up. Your phone is bad for you.
What? Hideo Kojima being heavy-handed with symbolism? Never.
No.
What?
Never.
No. He
Perish the thought.
He would never
Perish.
do that.
But anyway, yeah, he would. But yeah, so you find out that you've been out for 2 days, so everything that happened at that beginning point took place 2 days previous. And Deadman's like, we took fluid samples from you when you were out. And so you find out that Central Knot City is completely destroyed. Everybody's dead. BB's defective and doesn't work anymore, and it couldn't protect the people in Central Knot City. And they moved him to Capital Knot City, which is their headquarters. And that the director and everybody else was not in Central Knot, so the chain of command remained intact. And this is when he asks about all the handprints on Sam's body. That's when you find out he has aphophosphobia, which I looked it up. It's an actual phobia, which is a morbid fear of being touched. So yeah, Deadman says that he has a job and that he needs to bring morphine, and Sam is just like, I don't want to. Why can't you do it?
You're right
And,
there.
Yeah, and Deadman's like, well, I'm actually a chirogram, which is basically a hologram using the chiral network, and I can't do it. And then he enters a contract and says that the president wants to see Sam in person, and so then you must grab the morphine and set off, and it's a very short trip across the compound. And I'd love to hear if anybody had issues with this, if you did, but I'm assuming no.
No, I was good.
And then you walk into this big medical center and you hear a bunch of people talking about the president's vitals, and you deliver the morphine to Deadman, and you find out the president's condition has deteriorated.
Yep. We
we
can't heal her. We can just make her final moments very comfortable, is what they were kind of saying.
And so Deadman kind of reveals, is like, look, this is the woman who raised you as the first and last female president, and you need to go talk to her. And you walk into the room, and Die Hardman's there with his mask and his insanity, and he's the director of Bridges, and says it's been about 10 years since they've seen each other, and that it's his mother in the bed, and that even though she's out of it, she'll recognize him. And then
we find out that they don't have the
this
greatest relationship at this moment.
No, he calls her Bridget. Like he doesn't call us mother anymore.
He does not call
Really
his mother
doesn't?
anymore.
Come sit by your booby.
Come sit by your booby. Let me tell you a story about America.
You just can't wait for me to die, can you?
Go to the store, get me a pack of Newports, the green ones this time. Don't fuck it up.
Make yourself useful one last time.
Jesus.
It's
kind of like that, except like nicer.
Yeah, well, she seems to. She does love Sam. You know, she says as much, and she, says, I know you still hate me.
Yeah.
Which was like really, really, sad. This whole scene was just really sad, which
Oh, it's sad and it's a very difficult scene.
yeah,
Like in a good way, but like it's a very.
It was tough to watch. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's just this mother who is seeing her son for what we assume is the first time in a very long time, and it's her final moments.
Yeah, the first and last time, essentially.
Yeah, and she's, begging him to go find Amelie, to, go west, reconnect with Bridges 1. And she, clutches Sam when he freaks out because of the aphantasmophobia, I'm assuming. But she just keeps on, grasping at him, and then inevitably dies in his arms.
Yeah, she falls out of the bed and he's freaking out, like backing up away from her. And he's like, it shows her crawling towards him, and like her tubes have all popped out. And there's like black gunk just all over the place as she's crawling towards him, and it's super uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, man, I was cringing, and not in like the fucking Twitter way of freaking when she first took that spill, and then as she's going, and like Sam said, all the tubes popping out. It's real gross.
Yeah.
This scene, like,
she kind of like. Oh, go ahead, Chris.
I was gonna say, this scene like hit me really hard.
Yep, same.
Really hard because so like the weekend before this game came out, my mother, she's terminally ill, and I went back home to visit her, and we were talking about, like, she was telling me like her funeral arrangement wishes. And I was just like, man, I know exactly how Sam must feel right now, because this is such a heavy, heavy, heavy situation to be in.
Jesus, that's terrible.
Yeah.
And then like later in the scene, when the ink was coming out, and it was like, you saw the handprints, which looked to me exactly like the BT handprints that we saw at the very beginning of the game. And I don't know if it's a deliberate callback or not, but knowing how obvious Kojima is, I think it's a deliberate callback to like the BTs, and it kind of like foreshadows like what death means in this world.
Sure.
Yeah. But yeah, so she kind of crawls up to him, and she sees he's wearing his cuff, and she says, "You are willing to help me?" And Sam kind of yanks away from her, and he kind of weakly says no. And then she just kind of reaches up to him and says that she loves him, and says she'll be waiting for him on the beach. But as she says this, it flashes to Amelie's face saying the exact same thing, and then it flashes back, and then the doctors rush in, and they try and revive her, but it's not enough, and she passes away. And then as the people in the room kind of disperse, this hologram that was showing the room as the Oval Office kind of fades away, and it's just kind of this big white room.
Yeah.
And you can see where all the tubes that were keeping her, sustained were coming from the ceiling.
They looked eerily like, I'm sure this was a design choice, but they looked eerily like the strands that you see like up in the air.
The BTs, when you see BTs around. Mm-hmm. I think that was on purpose, for sure.
I think it's safe to assume that most of the illusions and the allegories we see are a deliberate choice by Kojima.
Well,
for sure.
That's the other thing too, is that we've kind of talked about this. The symbolism in this game is like very on the nose, I think.
It's not so much symbolism, because he keeps hitting you in the head with it over and over and over.
That's very true.
That was one of my biggest gripes in the first couple chapters, actually.
Yeah, because like when you see something, you're just like, "Huh, that reminds me of this." You're probably right, because it's it's very on the nose.
I'll talk about this later. It's just one of my gripes with the whole symbolism thing.
But yeah, so Sam, like the next part of the scene is actually very kind of it's framed very well, because Die Hard Men and Dead Men are off to the side talking about how like news of her death cannot leave this room, and in the background you just see Sam sitting against the wall, just like still not okay. And they're talking about like, we have to burn her body now. Like,
we can't allow her to necrotize, but we have to preserve the idea of Bridget. Like, she is America.
Yeah, it's this huge juxtaposition too, and it's very like, again, it's a very obvious thing, but it works, because it's just Sam who is just like he's trying to process the fact that his mom just died, and like basically in his arms, and these guys are talking about like we have to preserve America, we have to burn her body, and we have to prevent this. Well, like that should be the last thing in a perfect world that you're thinking about in this moment.
Yeah, it's the repetition from the very beginning when we meet Igor, right? It's the same moment, but now it's more personalized to Sam.
Yeah.
And so they kind of bring her body to this underground exit, and Die Hardman just says, you know, she believed in Reconstructionism and that without her there would be no bridges, and that she deserves this huge funeral with honors, but they can't let the country know she died, otherwise Bridges dies.
Yeah.
And Die Hardman's kind of trying to explain a little bit more to Sam, and like it's one of those things where like it does that thing where like the person who's talking like fades out, and then you hear somebody else talking, and you hear Bridget's like last few words that she said about reconnecting America. And then they just kind of load her up on his back, and he goes off to the incinerator. And I hate to, because this has been very serious so far. I hate to do this. Walking with Bridget on your back
Dear
is fucking
God.
Yeah,
comical.
this is where
It's
you're introduced to the
fucking-
whole balancing aspect, and
But like, here's the
you
thing.
got Jello legs.
We got Jello legs, baby. It's the thing about this though is that like the balancing. I thought I was going to be more annoyed with the balancing throughout the game than I was. This is the worst that it is. Like,
Yeah.
even when you're super over encumbered, it's never this bad.
No, I've got packages like stacked twice as tall as Sam, and I'm
Yeah.
still good. It's like this part and another part that we'll talk about here in a little bit.
Mhm.
Good God.
Yeah,
Especially
you better have those triggers fucking clamped down the whole time.
get ready for it, boys and girls.
Because if you don't, because so this would be a good time to talk about it. So the balancing mechanic is if you sway in one direction or another, it'll prompt you to press in either R2 or L2 to shift your weight so you don't fall over. In this and if you hold down both triggers, it automatically kind of course corrects for you, so you don't have to worry about swinging your weight. In this instance, if you're not holding down both triggers at all time, seemingly every like second, every other step, you're adjusting your weight, because it's just like the body's just swinging back and forth so much.
Yeah.
But like so between that and then me at the beginning of the game trying to figure out which fucking sheer cliffs I can Skyrim my way up, I think between those two things made this segment just chef's kiss.
Well, I want to agree with you on almost everything, Sam, except that I found that if even holding down both triggers all the time, it's still not a perfect system, because you can totally get off balance still,
Yeah.
but once you do that,
still can. It's not perfect.
you lose the ability to pull yourself left or right, because you're already like locked in.
So you lose that ability. The other thing about it too is that it stops you from sprinting or running fast. So so you're just going slowly. So it's like it's kind of like gauging one way or the other, like which do you want to prioritize, speed or like safety, and even then you're not entirely in the clear when you do it.
At this point you're in basic, gear. You have no upgrades. It's just you, a suit that doesn't, decay from timefall, and that's it. And you have to, you got to finesse it. You got to finesse it all the way to the incinerator, which isn't terrible. And you get, a really kind of awesome traversal bit here.
Is this where it introduces you to ladders and ropes as well?
No, I think it introduces you that in your first mission in chapter 2. I think.
Okay.
But we get Bridget up to the incinerator. We drop her body off, burn her.
They also tell you to burn the BB.
Yeah.
Because it's defective, but thankfully the power goes off. Not thankfully.
Yeah.
The power goes off, and you're surrounded, baby.
And that's when Sam, clicks in to BB, and then you have to do the part that scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, the BT sections are perfectly engineered for maximum anxiety.
Oh my god! I'm assuming we're all playing this on normal, right?
I am, yeah.
Okay.
I'm playing it on normal.
Okay.
And I had quite the opposite reaction, actually. I felt like this whole thing was like a lot less scary than it was in the trailer. or in the game, like the gameplay footage that you see in one of the early trailers.
It was messing with me like hard, just because like the sensor going off and you're like in different directions, and I'm like, I can't see you. Oh my god, that's the thing. Is like it's the unseen enemy, and you can't see them unless you just stay perfectly still and start looking around.
Yeah, so that I had something like that what Cole just described. Was I was like, how the fuck does this work? And I was trying to, I'm sort of like sneaking past, so I'm like, oh yeah, time to, Metal Gear it. And I'm sneaking, and then I paused because I see the odor creek start flipping out. And then I guess it's because I was in close proximity to her, but all of a sudden, like, the BT phased in, not to where you could see it, but just enough to where you could see the outline of the ring hitting around it. I was like, oh, because it was right in front of me.
As soon as you see it, like, no, back up.
And Sam can confirm, because he and I have chatted while playing this game, that is the exact noise I make when I come across the BT.
Yeah, that's very true. I've heard it.
He sounds like a real pansy. You don't want to be with a boy
sounds
like
a
that.
real bitch when he runs into him.
Oh, little Nancy boy scared of BTs.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm full on Nancy Boy. I'm terrified of them. Cole Duncan, Nancy Boyman, right here. No.
Nancy Boyman.
I think I'm getting my
those things are not
reactions mixed up, because at this point in the game, they're terrifying.
Because you're completely defenseless.
Yeah.
As you get more stuff to deal with them, I think they become less terrifying. But it's still very like
not by a lot.
Not by a lot, because my whole thing is that like I don't want to deal with them. You know what I mean? Like I want to if I get caught, I feel more confident because I am now equipped to deal with them. But like I don't want to deal with them, so I'm still trying to sneak my way through.
I will go out of my way to try to avoid them.
Oh yeah, if at all possible, yeah.
Are we sure that this isn't the part where we get introduced to ladders and ropes? Because
I feel like this was, because I remember going across and up a ladder and then using a rope to go down.
Yeah, because you have Igor's ladder.
Yeah, because I took a different route on my way back to Central Night because I used a pretty direct route to get to the incinerator, and then all the BTs showed up, and I was like, all right, I'm good. I just have to make my way back to that ladder I knew I put up. Yeah. As soon as I get to that ladder.
Well, So I went around the right side of the building, and I just kind of like found my way to the edge of the cliff, and I was like, fuck, how am I supposed to do this? And then there was a climbing anchor that got me down the cliff.
Oh, nice.
Like, oh, hey, I love this.
I love how those things work.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah, me too.
I've yet to use a climbing anchor in the game.
Really?
That's interesting.
How?
I use ladders, and here's the thing.
I use ladders.
What do you call it? The porter level.
Mm-hmm.
My porter level is 230 right now.
Whoa!
Jesus.
But we can talk about that later. But I have yet to use a climbing anchor, so I don't even know how to do it.
I've used a lot. I've used 2 in quick succession to get down cliffs.
So I will say, as the game is going on, I still carry a few with me, but I definitely rely on ladders a lot more than I rely on climbing, just because they're so much easier to use.
Yeah, I use climbing anchors sparingly, but I have found the situations that I've found them very useful.
Yeah. In this part, I was planning on using the route that I took, and then I got out, and I was good, and I was good, and I was good, and then I wasn't good. Because they started like grabbing at my legs, and at that point, shit gets frantic, and I'm like thrashing around trying to get away from them, and then I just booked it. I was like holding my breath. I would like run, hold my breath, like pause, and then just keep on going. And then finally, I got to a point where I found a climbing anchor, and as soon as I like started walking down it, my Odra deck did this little animation where it spun, and then it was like the 5 points of it, there was 1 point dead like straight up north, and then the other 2 started clapping, and I was like, I have no idea what this means. Does that mean there's one right in front of me that's about to like really fuck me up? And then I realized, oh no, you're good. This is
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that particular animation. That sounds really cute.
Just waving at you.
Yeah.
It waves at you. It gives you like a thumbs up.
Yeah,
it points a little
I like
bit.
when it taps you on the shoulder and then like gives you the thumbs up. So going back to Cole was saying how if you basically get caught, they start grabbing at you. That's not even. I think the scariest part of that is before that even happens. Whatever BT saw you, it'll start shooting up like spikes of tar in the ground that like rushes toward you.
Oh,
and
yeah.
once that hits you, that's when they start grabbing at you because that's what spreads out.
Those handprints just like dun, 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 dun. Like,
I discovered a couple encounters later that if that happens, you can hold your breath and kind of like move slowly, and if you move in the opposite direction, that you can evade it.
Oh shit! Because when that happens, I just try to book it.
oh yeah,
yeah. No,
dude.
if you hold your breath and kind of go and like not like directly away, but like kind of like jut off to the side.
Serpentine, you can get out of it.
Yes, serpentine. You can avoid it.
There have also been a couple of instances where like I've been in BT infested areas, but I've been far enough away that I can kind of observe them, and you'll notice that there are a few that as they're just sort of like slowly floating around. I guess they have the handprints dropping underneath them, which they'll also pop up if you look at your Odekirk. They'll pop up as orange handprints. But while they're moving around, you'll just see those spikes appearing slowly underneath them as they're going. And it's real freaky to look at.
Interesting. Hate that.
Oh, yeah.
Chris, do you have any special stories about your first BT encounter?
Honestly, like, the BTs, I felt like were just, I don't know. It was like genuinely terrifying at first, and I think this was also the last time that I was really afraid of them in the game. Well, now I'm going to take that back. The wind farm, but
oh god,
but
yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, but I think this was like the last kind of like scripted moment in the game where it was like, yeah, these things are like something that I can't even overcome, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to what I was saying about being like helpless in the moment. I mean, this part in the game really does make you feel absolutely powerless because you have you have like one way of seeing them, which is to stop doing everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you do see them, you have no way of defending yourself from them. It is
except
legitimate.
for holding your breath.
Yeah, well, I mean, even then, like, you know, you have no way of like overcoming them. You can't beat them.
You just have to escape.
There is no fight. It is all flight.
I do wish that that they had maybe extended your period of helplessness a little longer, because so later on they do kind of revisit it in a unique way, but I feel like after a certain point, it quickly went from being afraid of these things to just being like, ugh, this is going to be a nuisance to get through, you know, trying to sneak around.
It reminded me a lot of, like, Metal Gear Solid 5 whenever, you know, you're flying into a mission and it's like, you know, featuring random noob enemies that you're obviously going to tranquilize all over the place. Foxhound, blah, 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 blah. Skull's parasite units, just seeing that, you're like, oh, shit. Because anytime I see in the briefings before the order, just the red line that says traveling through BT territory, I'm like, oh, God, no, not at this time.
Although,
I think
once you play it long enough and you start like plotting your routes and all that, you look at the map, you're like, oh, that's where they are because it's a straight line canyon and I can't go anywhere else.
Yep.
Yeah, it does get a little predictable as the game moves on with the enemy placement.
But you get out of there. You do get out of there.
You do get out.
You go back to Capital Knot.
Yeah.
Yep.
And when you get back to Capital Knot, Sam kind of looks out at the distance and observes the upside down rainbow, and then you get a call from Deadman, and he says like they're lucky to be back, and that people with Dooms and BBs shouldn't connect because their feelings can mix and cause feedback, which amplifies fears and stress. And then Deadman's like, this is disposal's the only option. And then Die Hardman hops on the horn and says that he needs to get cleaned up and come to the president's office. And Sam catches feelings for BB and plugs back in. And you see Cliff telling BB that he'll always be with him. He's a little bloody. And then Cliff starts singing BB's theme to BB. And it's a beautiful song. Anyway.
Sam, can you cue the opening few lines to BB's theme here?
See the sunset, the day is ending. Let that young out. There's no pretending. I will hold you and protect.
It's fun, isn't it?
It's not fun. Dead Man, because I have to actually listen to the podcast now. Anyway, so Dead Man's like, you need to take a shower if you want to see the president, and then Sam kind of he says BB owes Sam his life, and Sam kind of angrily goes, no, that we all owe BB our lives. And Dead Man's like, oh, I'll look after him. And then Sam goes to sleep. Can I tell you something? Sam fucking, no matter what condition he's in, going to sleep before taking a fucking shower, bullshit.
That's weird, right?
Well, also
Like,
how he goes to sleep later on. It's not like, oh, let me get comfortable. It's just wham, right onto the mattress, closes his eyes, and he's fucking out.
Doesn't take off his suit, doesn't take off his gear, just whop, and then covered in blood, covered in ink, doesn't matter. Just goes to sleep, and then you have to deal with it in the morning.
Yep, poor boy is
And
tired.
somehow, sometime in the night, somebody takes his suit off of him.
That is kind of weird, yeah.
It's the same person that comes and draws his blood.
Ooh, yeah.
Probably, yeah.
It's a creepy Bridges nurse.
You think it's Dead Man?
Well, with a certain shower scene later on.
Yeah.
Be expected. But yeah, so he goes to sleep, and he finds himself on a beach again, and you see baby Sam kind of crying, and Amelie walks up to him and tells him it's almost time to go, and he says he doesn't want to go home, and she gives him a dream catcher and tells him that it'll keep the nightmares away, and then she promises she'll always be with him. And then cue episode card Amelie. We're in episode 2
Was that the cut scene where it has that weird cut that you and I talked about, Sam?
Oh yeah. Wait. No. It's the next one.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah. So
All
Sam,
the beach scenes kind of blend together for me. I apologize.
Yeah. And Chris, this is about to be your moment. So get ready.
Oh yeah.
When you're in this room, you kind of learn a little more about your private room, and primarily, you learn how to take a shower, but you're not high enough level to pee or poo poo yet, so they block that out. So you can take a shower and you kind of look around your room, and at this point, what you can do is you can rip a fucking bunch of Monster Son energy, baby.
Wow, that was awesome.
That was a crispy pop,
Oh, it was
Chris.
a crispy pop.
Are you trying it? Chris has never had Monster.
I've never had a monster before, and I thought it'd be cute to try it. So I'm gonna take my first sip.
He's gonna be fucking hyper as shit for the rest of this episode.
No, man.
It sounds like he's taking like his
about
first
right.
hit of weed ever. Like,
That's why. So this is why you make grenades out of your own piss later on. What the fuck is this?
Oh, yeah,
Why do people drink this?
Just wait till you piss later. You'll see why it's that color too.
oh my god, he's so dehydrated. He's
That
ripping all his
monster
fucking
has to be
energies.
finished by the end of this episode.
Did you?
I'm not gonna lie. When it first showed him with like the monsters, I was like, that's weirdly just blatant. Like everything else is kind of sort of like generic future sci-fi clean, and then you just got fucking monster.
Yeah.
Well, there's also one other very overt thing down here. I don't know if we see it yet. With the shower.
Oh yeah. I don't think.
Oh
we see
yeah,
that.
forgot about that.
What is so? Who? I wish I remembered who posted this in the Discord, but somebody on the Discord said I wonder if Kojima decided that he wanted to use Monster because the logo reminded him of the strands from the BTs.
That was me. I posted
That was you. Okay, that was you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't be the only one who's thought this, though.
You probably might have been.
Yeah,
'Cause it didn't cross my
did not
mind
even think
once.
about that until you posted that.
I'm sure it
So
was
all
really.
of all of the talk of Monster, and I just saw Alessio's post about it. Really makes me wish I had a Monster right now. The subliminal messaging works, folks.
Sure does. Well, they replaced the monster a little bit later. This isn't really a spoiler. They replaced the monster a little bit later with a Timefall Porter, which
I don't even because why would I like that? Just seems like it'd be detrimental.
Right.
well, it does the exact same thing. It's just what fucking who's making beer
What?
out of Timefall?
Well, you meet him. It's the guy who fucking voices Adam Jensen from Deus
Yeah.
Ex. That's his voice actor actually. I was like, that sounds familiar, so I looked it up and it was
wow.
correct.
I think it's millennials, you know? We're always looking for a passive aggressive way to end it all.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh
Aren't
my!
we all?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it decays you from the inside.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. But yeah, so Sam takes a shower and he's interrupted by Dead Man, and Sam's just like, isn't anything private anymore? And Dead Man's like, nope, except for showering and using the bathroom. And basically that's what he says. It's like,
Yeah.
Dead Man says, it's good you're taking a shower. Come to the president's office. And Sam, dirty boy, Porter Bridges, does not complete his shower and remains.
Because he doesn't use soap.
Yeah, he doesn't ever wash with soap. You need soap. But yeah, so he's just very frustrated, and he goes to the president's office, and Die Hardman's there and thanks Sam for his work and says that British legacy has a chance to live on, and then introduces the new president, Samantha America Strand, otherwise known as Amelie. And this is Cole's favorite scene with Amelie, because they talk. Dead Man's like, oh, you haven't seen her about 10 years, but she hasn't aged a day. And Amelie's like, oh, he knows why. My body's on the beach, so I don't get to age. But you do, Sam. You look good.
God. It's so fucking weird, right?
It's okay. Can I express something to, and you guys can tell me if I'm off base with this. The scenes where Amelie is talking to baby Sam on the beach seem very much like an adult grooming a child.
Oh, yeah.
Is that-
That's a total Drake moment for sure.
Oh no. Yeah, Sam Porter Bridges talks to Amelie about girls at school, and just what to do about those, and Amelie just gives him relationship advice.
Okay, because hear me out. Like, even if, let's say a couple things. One, they're related. Ew. That's weird.
Yes.
They're not related. They're romantically involved. Still.
Ew.
Fucking
Still weird.
Just you, Sam.
So am I the only one that feels like? Am I the only one that feels that young Sam's voice does not match his body?
Oh my god, the Decima engine doesn't know how to make fucking children look good, and I don't know why. Because Sam is a fucking Cabbage Patch monster, and
but so he looks like he's probably about maybe 8 to 10 years old in that.
Yeah.
But he sounds like he's got the fucking voice of a toddler.
yeah, he does.
I don't want to go home. No.
I don't want to go home.
I'll go one further and say that I think the Decima engine really only does facial features extremely well.
Because, like, if you think about another very good game that uses the Decima engine, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
It's a good game. The facial features in that game are great. The bodies are a little weird, but fucking young Aloy looks like a fucking demon. And they haven't fixed it, and I love, like, it's a very pretty, beautiful engine.
Yeah.
But they can't do kids.
Yeah. It's almost like the Fallout kids in
God.
Yeah.
Fallout 3.
Jesus.
Those like little demon
The
children.
marshmallow babies.
Man.
They look like melted
Yeah,
marshmallows.
they do.
Little marshmallow babies. They get a little bit too much exposure to the nuclear radiation.
They were hanging out near little lamplight for too long.
A little lamplight. God, I fucking hate little
Tunnel
lamplight.
snakes forever.
Tunnel snakes rule.
Tunnel snakes rule.
But yeah, so Amelie kind of blames Sam for like cutting them off and running away. After Sam kind of expressed some disinterest in what she has to say. And then Die Hardman kind of explains the particulars of the original expedition Bridges 1 went on, and it was meant to establish the United States of America, or the UCA, and that Amelie kept them safe, and that they never missed a BT. And I think that's a curious thing, because like they never missed one BT.
Okay.
They haven't talked about this up to the point, at least that I'm at. Does she have dooms? Like, what's her deal?
Okay, this is a good place for me to throw my theory out there.
Okay, cool.
She's not real.
She's not real. She's a construct.
I think that she is a construct of some kind, like if she's like some kind of crazy like military AI or something like that they have programmed to like essentially have
so
the kind of like characteristics of as someone who has dooms, and that the reason why she is the president, and I'm probably shooting myself in the foot here for the future me playing this game, and I'm probably totally wrong, but I'm still going to shoot my shot here, is that we knew Bridget was going to pass away, so so Bridges and the UCA put together some grand kind of conspiracy to say, she's she's been alive all this time. She is amazing, because you keep on hearing people say like, I never really actually got to see her, talk to her, but give her my regards. Like, she did a lot of great work for us. The only person that has had any real direct contact with her is Sam that we can see, any kind of tangible contact, and I think they used Sam as like testing grounds for the quote-unquote Amelie engine. And like, Amelie isn't a person, she is an idea. She is the idea that Bridget wanted to kind of put out into the world.
So if that's true, Cole, she isn't good or bad. So where does that leave us?
She's not bad, so I still win. So.
No,
So,
because she's not good either. So
then we slap each other.
okay, I can handle that.
I still agree. I still agree with Sam, but actually later on, someone does directly mention that Amelie does not have dooms, but she has something else.
Interesting. Okay.
So there we go.
Is that something else the condition of not being a living person?
Yeah, she doesn't have doom. She's got a thing called S3.
Oh, shut up. Shut up. Anyway, so they kind of explain that they never missed a BT, and they after 3 years they made it to Edgenot City on the west coast all the way to Pacific, and they were wiped out by the Homo Demons, who are DEMENS, which is they're this terrorist organization. They're separatists. They don't want to connect the world. They want to be left alone, but they're terrorists, so they engineer void outs in different places. Yeah, and she kind of mentions like she's here, she's not under guard, she's able to use their facilities, but she can't leave the city, and they kind of postulate that it's because this is like their way of being like, hey, stay away, don't come any closer, kind of thing. So
yeah.
But yeah, she goes, she continues on. She's like, she kind of tells like, look, I carried Bridget's message across the country, but not everyone believes that that in this dream that we should be connected. And Die Hardman says is like, people believe that the only way to connect people is to take people by force, and to unite the country is to put them in shackles and take away their freedom. And Sam kind of holds up his cufflink and
What's
he says,
this?
yeah, you're no different from the demons. And Amelie insists that it's to unite them and connect them and not imprison them. And then you're introduced to the Cupid, which are these basically is like a bunch of like weird metal USB drives on a necklace that have like this like chiral data in them, and they have all the data needed to connect the terminals and rebuild the chiral network. And they want him to connect the terminals and go to Edgenot, get her out of Edgenot, so that she can claim the presidency and continue her mother's work. And Sam's like, nah, I'm not a Strand anymore. I'm Bridges now. And he kind of barges out of the room through Amelie's hologram and is like, nah.
No, I'm good, fam. Word? Yeah. Take it easy.
So this is the part where I think my biggest my biggest gripe with the symbolism is, with just sort of it's not even symbolism anymore, because Kojima's sort of like, here's these things, these ideas of connecting and all that. Now I'm gonna slap you in the face with it because everything is related to it with strands and connecting and knots and shit like that. And it just, and also for some reason I laugh, or not for some reason, but I find it incredibly funny that everything is like Edge Knot City, Lakefront Knot City and all that. And it just makes me think of New Pork City from Mario Odyssey for some reason. Like, it's a goofy fucking naming convention. And it just falls into that sort of like, I get it, a knot of a rope connects us to everything. A strand is something that connects one thing to the other. We got to build the bridges of connectivity. It's, it's not symbolism. It's not an allegory anymore. You're just being blatant about it at this point. And that was my biggest complaint about this whole briefing scene.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this isn't a new thing for Kojima. I mean,
no, I just felt like it was especially in this moment.
It is.
You're totally correct, Zach. In my opinion, I think that whereas like the people that Kojima is trying to emulate, like the David Lynches and all that, like David Lynch leaves a lot of mystery for the viewer, and Kojima doesn't know when to stop explaining. And he just hits it over and over and over again.
It sort of falls under that storytelling method of show, don't tell, where Kojima has gone with tell and tell and tell again because you're too stupid to understand it. Yeah. And then tell you one more time just to make sure you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think maybe he's like overcompensating for the language barrier or what have you.
That might be a good point, but it's just I don't need fucking 17 synonyms of the word connected in a briefing where you're telling me about how my job is to go and connect everyone. And also, Amelie's middle name being America just struck me as kind of lame and kind of shoot in.
Wait, can we talk about the names for a second?
God, the name.
The fucking name. Samantha America Strand.
Samantha, America, Savior,
God.
Jesus Christ, Strand, Connective Bridges. The third.
The 1776. How dare you?
I love some of these names. Like one of the Intel documents you could read at this point, you find out that Higgs's last name is Monahan, and you're just like,
what?
Oh, what? Yeah. His name is Higgs Monahan. I'm not even fucking with you.
What a normal name. I love it. Well, so there was one that really just struck me as stupid was the wind farm that I think Chris mentioned earlier.
Oh, his last name is Wind.
And then there's one in the lake, and his last name is Lake. It's Jake Wind. For a second, I thought it was Jake Lake, and that would have been infinitely funnier. That would have been awesome. But unfortunately, it's not. But yeah, it's
old Jakey Lakey.
It's Jake Wind, and I was like,
my best friend Jake Lake, cool ice.
Are we talking about Nakey Jakey? Is this a Nakey Jakey?
Nakey Jakey.
Nakey Jakey fan podcast right now?
Oh, it is.
Can we? We're still trying to get him on the podcast.
Well, and listen, Nakey Jakey. A bunch of gamer girls out here. We just want to talk to you about Death Stranding.
Bunch of gamer girls, bunch of gamer boys out here talking about Death Stranding. But yeah, so Sam storms out. Die Hard Man. It's actually kind of funny how he runs. Sam, wait!
His little
and,
penguin shuffle.
Follows him out of the room. A little bit, yeah.
He runs out. He runs out of the room like a teenager, like who just got like really angsty and was like mad with their parents. Like, I'm leaving. I'm done with this.
Yeah.
And Die Hardman's just like the begrudging dad who's like, God, get back here. We're not done.
Yeah, basically. So they kind of talk out, and Sam gets a little upset, and he kind of talks about that talking about like covering the world in cables didn't work the first time. A world covered in cables was never wired to last. I fucking love that song.
That's another band that Kojima really elevated. They really needed the exposure. This small band known as Bring Me the Horizon. I'm really glad that we discovered them.
What happens when I bring them the Horizon?
Why do you guys really like my song?
Ooh.
Ludens, get out of here, man.
Oh, hey, Ludens.
Oh, Ludens is back.
Did you see Mark Hoppus tweeted about this on?
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
No, Mark Hoppus tweeted like the day they released the song Ludens. He was like, in asterisk, brings you the horizon.
Oh my god, that's wonderful.
You know, there's no horizon up here in space.
Ludens, get the fuck out of my cabin.
God, Luden's God. Get out of here.
Go call your mother.
But so actually, I think this might be like this one little segment is like the best acting I think Norman Reedus has done in this game, where he says, don't be surprised when it comes crashing down again. Reconnect, and he does like the finger spin. It's like it's not that simple, and he just gets very angry. I'm just like, yeah, Sam, tell
Yeah,
him.
get him, man. Go off.
And then Die Harmon's like, hey, sleep on it. And then Deadman comes up and is like, hey, I fixed BB. You can use him again. You guys seem to have an affinity for one another. And then you go to bed.
Yep.
And Sam wakes up. And he's on the beach again. And Amelie's there. And she insists. She says, you're Sam Strand. He's like, no, I'm Sam Porter Bridges. And she goes, isn't it funny? The name Strand? You're stranding is when a whale washes up on the beach.
Here we go.
And you can be stranded, and I'm stranded on the Pacific. And then she kind of insists.
As I'm sitting here, and the controller's just creaking in my ear.
And she kind of insists like they're still connected, and she takes the Dreamcatcher off of him and puts it in his hand. And this is the part that we were talking about, Zach. So she hands it to him. She kind of walks away, and then she turns around. Her dress is gray, and then for like a split second, and then she runs to hug him, and it's red again.
Yeah, it does this real weird like close-up shot where you just see from her shoulders up, but her dress, which is normally bright red at this point, it has been in all the other appearances. It's like this dark, like almost black gray.
Yeah.
And
It's this like.
We've seen this in like trailers leading up to this, where it's like it's a wider shot of her with a gray dress, but this is the first time it's shown up, and it's so.
Oh, you see, I never saw it in the trailer, so it was
yeah.
like especially jarring for me.
Yeah, so it's like it's very like it was very subtle, and like I would almost question if it was a mistake, but like Hideo doesn't do shit like that. He's so.
Well, I was worried that I was just seeing things, so that's why when we were talking, I was like, hey. Just a quick question. And when you confirmed it, I was like, okay.
I should have been like, no,
losing
Zach,
my
it's always
mind.
been blue. What are you talking about?
talking about?
Dude, I would not have slept.
It's white
since.
and gold. I
I
don't
was
know.
like, I'm losing it.
But yeah, so she kind of hugs him and then says to come back. Says that you have to come back, Sam. And she kind of walks away, and then the sun is exploding. I think.
Soundgarden starts playing in the background somewhere.
I'm not cueing that here because we will get copyright stricken for that. But yeah, so he wakes up and he's holding his Dreamcatcher in his hand, and then he puts it back on and connects his cuff. And if you try to leave, you can do all your room stuff. And if you try to leave, Die Hardman will walk in and will ask Sam if he's had a chance to think it over. And Sam says that he's a porter, doesn't care about connecting the world, but he will do what it takes to help Amelie. And then he takes the Cupid.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you kind of leave the room, you plug into BB again, and you find out about Cliff's wife, Lisa.
Yes.
Uh-oh. It's almost like you've heard that name before somewhere. Who knows? Turn around.
Maybe like
Look behind you.
you're walking through some hills. You're walking through a whole lot of hills in this game. I mean,
but yeah, so she looks like she's in a coma of some kind, and I wonder if she's like, I mean, I don't wonder, she's a still mother.
yeah, no, for sure.
And he promised her that he's going to take care of BB, and then that's the scene that leads up to him taking the BB off of the thing and saying, "Can you hear me? It's Daddy, Daddy Mads." And now you can start taking missions.
Yep.
And so we can kind of drive through a few of these unless anybody has anything really spectacular to say about them.
I just have a funny moment for my first delivery.
Okay. Let's talk about it. So yeah, so you can start taking orders, and your mission here is to like kind of connect where you are in Central Knot to Port Knot City, and you kind of have to use way stations along the way to connect them. And I had like this realization that I think until chapter 3 I didn't really understand the crafting system.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I was just like, I just like, okay, I guess I'll make this, but I didn't realize, like, I was like, oh, materials, you need those. Okay, cool. And so it
why-
took me a little
Yeah,
bit,
it's not especially clear on that right from the get go.
yeah. It becomes clear as you play and you realize you can't make cool shit because you don't have enough materials. Let me tell
Yeah.
you that much.
Recycling comes in handy a whole lot. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And like as much as I hate to say it because like for the most part I think like I really do love this game, but like I think the menu system, even after having had it like for a while, is a little inelegant. It's hard to keep track of stuff. In my opinion. I don't know. You guys have trouble.
I'll
with it.
agree with that. I think it's just counter like intuitive sometimes when you're trying to select things and like manage your inventory.
Okay, so in every Kojima game, you've had, you've always had, well, first off, in Metal Gear Solid, the control scheme was all fucked up for your menu selection anyway. But in this one, like, you can lay out all your shit or whatever, and you're like, good to go, let's get out of this menu. And you hit O to back out. It's like all your saves are going to be changed, and you're going to lose all your progress and what you just laid out. And you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
you have to go all the
I
way
have
down to the
hold
bottom.
X.
Yeah, so you can just
it's-
hold X right there to.
Can you really? Oh, fuck me.
Yeah,
Okay.
you
Yeah,
can. I
you can just
discovered that
hold
later on,
X and
too.
it'll confirm everything
But
for you.
It's just so annoying because I'm so used to like, okay, set all my stuff. If I can get out of the pause menu, let's go. And I'll hit start or I'll hit circle to back out. And then it's like, oh, you can't do that. It's just like, ugh, that's right. It's just, it's more so on me for just not conforming and just having it beaten into my head at this point.
Yeah.
But I can agree with that, being a little inelegant.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, once again, these are. I mean, it's a slight. It's a slight downside, but I've found for myself that it's just kind of become pretty second nature, like in menus.
Oh yeah, and at this point, like even when I do forget, it's such a small thing in the grand scope.
Just hit
of the
circle.
whole
Just
game.
hit
It's-
circle again.
Yeah, it's barely a blip on the radar at this point.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking back to how I was feeling at this point in the game. Where I was like, "Ugh,
Right.
why?
There's a
Chris, you
pretty
had something to
steep. I was gonna say like there's a pretty steep learning curve, with the
Yeah.
control system.
Yeah.
But once you do learn it, it's intuitive, and I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
But
I agree with
I
that.
will also say that this part of the game took me a very long time to get through because I built like 10 bridges.
Yeah, well, you were like building bridges.
That's
and, like,
impressive
doing-
as shit.
Well, that's
though.
why your fucking porter level is so high because you're like building bridges
Oh,
and
yeah.
making like every delivery and all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which I almost feel like
I was
is the way the game should be played.
Yeah, I was
For sure.
5-starving every connection that I
Yeah.
made through Port City.
You're
Fuck the
madman.
fuck those pizzas though. Let me tell you.
Well, I
Yeah.
figured out a real easy way to do the pizza missions.
We'll talk about the pizza missions. Let's.
Yeah.
What you said, Zach? You said you had a funny story on your first delivery.
Okay, so on your first delivery, when you're going to the way station west of what is
Capital
this?
Knot.
Capital Knot City. Yeah, so you're going to you cross a couple streams, you cross a big ass field, and then there's a fairly sizable mountain that I found out later that if you stick to the right, you can go around, or you could just go up it, like I did, and you could go up I guess it'd be the eastern side of it, yeah, because that's close to the capital. You go the east. You can go up the east side on foot pretty easy, but then it gets real steep on the west side. And this is before I realized that you could like tilt, or you could use the touchpad to see the topography and how steep it actually is. So I got to the top and I was like, oh, I've got all these ladders that I built. Let me lay one down. That'll be easy. So I laid one down and I'm going, and I didn't realize that it was steep, but it was at just enough of an angle where if you lay a ladder down, it juts out and leaves you hanging. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, well, I'm gonna have to take a fall. And it didn't look as far as it was. I think I fell like 50 feet. It took a real hard landing. And I was like, oh shit. And BB was not happy with me, and I hope that the timefall has since eroded that ladder, or else I have screwed over a lot of people. Because you're just going along thinking like, dude, this ladder's great, and then you're taking a 5-story fall.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, pucker factor was at 1,000 on that one.
Yeah, pucker factor.
It ain't easy, man.
Extinction factor, pucker factor,
ain't easy being
all the
steezy.
factors. Jesus. But yeah, so you just delivering stuff and connecting all these way stations.
Dealing with mules.
Order number 5 is important because you have to deliver a package to a distribution center, and this is when you kind of run into your first group of mules, and it's part of the story that you have to run into them. And so you kind of run away from them, or like deal with them or run away from them.
Well,
but like
they end up bouncing because of
it
a
starts
storm.
raining.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And of course, as you proceed, you run into more BTs, and of course, blah blah blah. Go through that whole situation, and after you get through that situation, you get a cutscene, and BB's not feeling real great, and his little pod is flashing red. And Deadman says that he needs to get to the distribution center so you can like hook him up so he can do diagnostics, and it just so happens that you're pretty close there at this point, and so.
Because it's because of autotoxemia.
Yeah, so Die Hard Man calls you and is just like, if you're too stressed, like your body starts attacking you and you develop autotoxemia, and that's what BB has. So you can see like his mood bar is all the way down. He has functions. If he has autotoxemia, functions are disabled. You can't use the BB, and so
which same,
Yeah, for sure. So you get to the distribution center, you plug BB in, and then you Deadman comes in with as a chirogram and kind of explains that in order for BBs to function properly, they have to be periodically reconnected to their still mother back in Capital Knot City, who is just a brain dead woman who has given birth to the BB, and that's how they maintain their connection to the other side, and then they kind of like Sam like is like, oh, the kid looks happy. And they kind of awkwardly smile at BB for a little bit, and then Deadman's like, "Nope, it's still a tool. Don't get too attached to it." And then he goes away.
We might have to kill it one day. Haha. Anyway, take it easy.
Yay! Ha yeah!
That just reminded me. There was that really cute moment when you're in the private room in Capital Knot where BB kind of like smushes his face against the glass.
BB is the cutest, and I will die for him.
Yeah, I made that Brooklyn Nine-Nine reference last week. Is like, look, I haven't known BB for a long time, but if anything happens to him, I will kill everybody in this room and then myself.
I love it. Great show.
Such a good show. 9-9.
9-9.
But yeah, so Sam goes to sleep again, and then Amelie is back singing London Bridge in a fucking psychopath, and she kind of talks with him about how things are in Edge Knot, that she's still not chained up or under guard, but she still can't leave, and that she says that if he can get to her, they can go home back east, and she just she kind of laments about how bad the populations in the cities are, and said that humans are meant to live together, and that if they can't do that, it's extinction. And then Sam's like, well, I mean, even if we do connect the country, the BTs will still be there, and she says, yeah, but at least we'll have hope. And then she kind of walks towards his little wall of like where his like all of his weaponry will be later on in the game, and says that she'll be waiting for him, and then disappears again. Mm-hmm. And then and then he's awake, and then you have an opportunity to talk to Heartman about how to use showers and toilets, and how using them helps Heartman's research like a weirdo about how his blood and his fluids impact BTs.
Hey, Sam, give me some of your piss. I need to make a grenade out of that real quick. Hold on.
Let me chug like 6 monsters.
All right, cool. Yeah. Just when you're done, when you're done, all in just Gatorade bottles. That's literally going to be your grenades.
Yeah, I got you. Hang on.
Yeah.
Listen.
There we go.
There we go.
I think
That was a crisp one.
That was a crisp one. So I that was a little Foley work on my half. That was actually a nice crisp Canada Dry Ginger Ale, which is the only sugared soda like beverage I drink anymore.
So I just realized something, Sam. Her London Bridge is only like 3 degrees removed from the Dead Space Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Oh, fuck you, Zach. Ugh.
Am I wrong?
No. That's why I said fuck you, Zach. Anyway. I mean, they do share the same tune. Don't they? A lot of those nursery rhymes are just the same tune with different words.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. They're written in the same cadence.
Yeah. So anyway, so you have that happen, and then you leave again to start traveling the world, and Sam sees another clip of Cliff, and he's arguing with somebody, and again, I may be off base here, but does that somebody sound like Amelie to you that he's arguing with, or am I just?
I don't think I don't think I got the argument one yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
Which
man,
really irritates
I got this.
me
I got
because
this.
I've already started getting some repeats.
Yeah.
And if there's something
Then
I
like
haven't,
knowing that there's.
yeah, if there's something I haven't
That's
seen yet,
interesting.
why
I
the
thought
fuck
they were
am I
just
getting
all the
repeats?
same. Yeah, I thought they were just all the same. Yeah, there was this thing where he's like over Lisa's like bed and he's arguing with somebody. He's just like, you promised me you'd take care, you could fix BB or you could take care of BB. And this woman talks to him and says that they're doing all that they can, and she sounds remarkably like Amelie to me.
Yeah, I haven't gotten that one yet because this one was the first time I got where he was showing BB the book with the Earth and the Moon and all that.
Interesting. I think they might be out of order then.
Maybe it's like randomized because, like I said, I've started getting some repeats.
Well, my favorite thing about what he says, we're doing all we can. We're trying to help, and he goes, all I see is somebody wearing a mask that keeps lying to me. I'm just like, huh.
Wow.
Interesting.
Especially given like who we've met so far in the game that wears a mask.
Two people.
Interesting. Interdasting. Two people.
Two people.
But he specifically says a woman in a mask, not just a person.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So that may be like
that could be referring to a nurse as well.
Yeah, it could be. Well, that's why I'm saying I don't want to look too far into it, but it just seemed just like she sounded like.
No, go down the rabbit hole.
That's the. Well, I guess that's like the benefit. Like you've heard 3 women speak in this game, right? And then 2 of them sound very distinct, and then Amelie is just like a normal sounding woman.
Get game theory on the line. We're gonna get to the bottom of this.
It's just a theory.
A game. Wow, throwing some shade.
No, it's no shit. I really do. I really do like Matt Pat, and I love game theory. He's just very an excitable man, and it's yeah.
he is the like real definition of that Charlie Kelly picture from It's Always Sunny, and he's like the stuff is like pasted all over the wall with the yarn and all that stuff.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about the wind farm at this point?
Oh
Oh
god.
god.
Farm.
I got some shit to say about the wind farm.
I've got something.
Chris, tell me about the fucking wind farm.
Let me tell you.
Let's rap about the fucking wind
Yeah,
farm.
why not?
Tell you, I one time I fractured my wrist in 3 places, and it was more enjoyable than going down the hill and through that fucking forest.
I gotta fucking tell. I was gonna say something, but I needed to let that breathe a little bit more.
You know, I got 2 cavities filled a couple days ago, and that was more enjoyable than this fucking wind farm.
I gotta say, Chris, in that picture you posted while you're at the dentist's office, you look very regal.
Well, thank you.
That's just his standard demeanor. Let's be honest here.
I compared to the picture that my dad, like I posted this in the Discord, but compared to the picture of that my dad sent to me of him at the dentist, where he looked like a fucking monster. I love my dad so much, but he was doing some weird shit with his eyes that I just couldn't get behind. I was like, "What are you doing?"
No, baby.
What are you doing,
What is
baby?
you doing?
Yeah.
So I will say that this wind farm is the first time I got caught by the BTs.
I didn't because I'm
I
a
made it
coward
through.
I'm a coward and a toady.
So this
No, you're not a coward and toady. You're kick ass, Cole. That's what you
So
are.
the only reason I got caught, and it's not it just got to the part where they were trying to drag me down and I was able to get away successfully, was because I was paying attention to a BT on my left, and I had like the camera, because this is before I realized that if you click R3 it'll switch over your shoulder to show what you're looking at. So I had the camera basically facing behind me, and it just, perfect storm of me near enough to this other one that the Odekirk was focusing on that, split second of it going in front of me because this BT phased into existence right above my head, and that's when it all went to shit.
Oh God, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
And I made a very unmanly noise when that happened.
Would you like to give us an example? Good.
Probably not that.
Good.
Probably not that high pitched, but I'll take it.
I skirted around this entire valley.
Oh my God.
Oh, did you stick to the left?
Oh, you know I stuck to the left.
So I didn't realize that, but on my way back out, I stuck to, and going out, it was on the right. It was fucking smooth sailing, man.
Oh my God! Like as soon as it came out, I was like, nope, they're right in front of me, and to my right, gonna go to the left. And I just started climbing rocks and just kind of looking over to the right, and I was like, yep, they're still over there. They in front of me? Nope. Gonna keep going.
Well, this part was also fun because this part introduces you to a concept known as high winds or strong winds.
Yeah.
And at this point,
Yes.
me trying to be the everyday Amazon package man, I've been picking up shit left and right. So my boxes were piled really high. So Sam was getting kind of jelly-legged because he had all this wind resistance as he's trying to fucking climb around.
Fuck, man.
No, I took the bare minimum. I'm like, yeah, no, if I have to go through this, none of you people are getting your stuff delivered. I'm sorry. I got one mission right now, and two missions. One, primarily survive. B, get this like power supply to the wind farm.
So that part I also found tough because there's a lot of trees and they're like pine trees in that area.
Yeah.
And if you're not looking at the right angle when you use your Kirk scanner, because I don't think we've gone over this, but at this point you have a thing where if you tap the right bumper, it shoots out a blast that basically lets you see the outlines of where the BTs are like clearly. Well, if you're doing that in an area with trees, it'll highlight the trees over the BTs, so I wasn't able to see them half the time.
Oh man, Charlie's in the trees right now.
Yeah.
When you're
But,
going through the dead
no.
forest and you hear the trees start speaking ghost Vietnamese.
But
No, I mean like this is. Chris, did you go through the? Did you go like straight through the trees?
yeah, so I was kind of doing what Zach was talking about up to this point. Every single package I came across or like picked up with a scanner, I was picking up and I was delivering. But when I got to this point, I just realized that like this is not actually feasible. This is not the way you can play this game.
No, you.
So, and that's when I started like dropping things off in like the drop boxes to like entrust with other players.
I love
Because
that.
I thought at least like
It's so good.
because you at least get some likes, even if you're not completing the delivery, you're contributing to the process.
Yeah,
and it
you're
does
helping.
feel
You're getting it
valuable.
out of the way of like time falls and whatnot.
There's also
Yeah,
something so satisfying about like when you get on again after not having played for a day or whatever, and the first thing you get is a bunch of pop-ups. So and so used a route you laid down. So and so used your ladder.
Oh, yeah.
And then you get a bunch of them that says like lost cargo X, Y, and Z was delivered to locations 1, 2, and 3 by so and so. It's just such an awesome feeling to be like, yeah, I'm part of the process.
I've started using it a lot more because at first I was like, no, I'm the package troll. I must deliver everything.
One who delivers.
Yeah, and then I was just like,
Aren't you at like
no, I don't want to
28,000
do that.
likes
So
right
here,
now?
I'll take my 24 likes and you can do it.
You take it.
Yeah. I mean, I felt like at this point, the time we're talking right now, I haven't touched the game in 2 days, right? But I built the area that's in episode 3. I've built like 11 of those roads, and I can't wait to turn back on the game to see how many likes
Just
I've
to
gotten
Just
because
get
of those
get
roads
hit of
I've built.
dopamine from how many likes you've got.
God, yeah.
I have used. I've built like 4 roads at this point, and every time I do, I just feel so proud.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
So we
Yeah.
get
So,
past this.
the other thing that you do kind of get here is they teach you about how to infiltrate mule camps for supplies when on the missions, and then they also teach you about how to collect chiral crystals and what they do.
Yep.
which is kind of like a weird power supply.
It's in
Those
this
little gold hand things you see on the ground.
It's also in this episode that we get kind of access to vehicles, like the bike.
Yes.
And I think the bike is the first.
The bike is my. Oh, I love the bike so much.
It's fun. It will take damage to your battery if you're going through the water. But I've found that if you are like in the trike mode and you're holding the brake and you're hitting the throttle at the same time, you will start to do a burnout. And then if you will switch your bike into like actual bike mode, you will fucking rock it.
Fuck.
Wait, hold on. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Trike in reverse mode?
If you have the reverse trike, if you have it in reverse trike mode, like where the two wheels up front and the one wheel in the back, if you will hold like the reverse, like if you hold like L2 and hit R2, the throttle at the same time, you'll start to do a burnout.
Oh, I thought you were saying like you could fucking like reverse it so it was like an
No,
actual
I mean,
trike.
yeah, you could just drive backwards,
okay.
but no.
I thought you meant like flipping the seat around. I was like, how the fuck do you guys discover all
but
this stuff?
that's how I jumped over that. I'm pretty sure we're all talking about the same chasm.
That fucking chasm.
Yeah, that's how I jumped over it. Was I had to like essentially gas the bike up really, really heavy, and then just as I came up to the cliff, I popped a wheelie to kind of get like a little bit more hang time, and then as soon as you touch over on the other side, just kind of pop the back end up a little bit. But it's also in this place that we have to head over to the distribution center west of Capital Knot City. There's not a whole lot going on over there. But from there, we have to go to Port Knot.
You have to deliver some critical aid to Port Knot that they need.
We do get weapons though. At this point,
you what?
We do get a weapon though. At this point, before we have
we get the hematic grenades, which the Heartman has been doing his research, and these grenades are infused with your blood, and they really do impact BTs.
Your blood is not your BTs are not a fan of your spooky boy blood. No.
Which was alluded to in the first cutscene.
Exactly. So that's why he was just like. Yeah, because at one point, because I don't think we talked about this, like when he's about to head out on his to start delivering packages, Dead Man's like, he holds up Sam's boots and like, these have seen better days. You want me to get rid of them? And Sam's like, no, something happened with my blood. Can you look into it? And that's why they're looking into this whole thing. And so they develop these grenades that work really effectively against BTs. These grenades fucking rip, dude.
They are
love them
good.
shits.
Yeah.
I had a fun time doing this next part with going to Port Knot City.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Anyone else?
Lots of fun.
Oh yeah.
It got pretty spoopy there. For
it got real spoopy.
Creeping up the mountain.
I love the part where you're kind of going through that like ravine, like narrow area with all those BTs is great, huh?
Did anyone else also learn during this point of the game that if you open up the map, you can mark locations of BTs?
No.
So I didn't realize that so you can't do that with the map. I thought you could do that by dropping a sign, though.
It's not a sign. There are like white dots on the map if you zoom in super close.
What?
Oh, really?
After you use the Otakirp, and it'll show you dots where every BT is.
Oh,
and they can
cool.
scan
I didn't know that.
Really?
That's wild.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was using that to get up the mountain the whole way because I was like doing the math in my head. I was like, I have this many grenades, and if I go this path, there are this many BTs, so I can't go up this way. But this one has like 2 less, so I could make it up that way and clear it out the whole way.
Chris made his own Soliton radar.
DIY Soliton.
That's awesome, dude.
That
I
is
didn't know
really
that.
cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so knowing that shit, I actually managed to get through here without getting like seen at all.
Same.
And I felt very proud, but it was very difficult. Or not really difficult. It's just very stressful. Like it's again, like I still like, even though like I'm more equipped now, it's still very like, because I already have anxiety. Okay, that's like my whole bit is that I'm the guy with anxiety, right? And so on the show, so like I already have that, and it doesn't like it doesn't help.
No.
Sam's Death Stranding name is Anxious Man.
Anxious man.
Well, this is
Anxious man, sad man, pick one.
This is the part where I texted you guys about where I was like, I'm freaking out right now.
Yeah, Cole handles scares worse than me and Isaac does, I think.
So
Yeah,
I handle
no,
I
like-
handle it worse than Cole does.
Really?
I don't like scary stuff at all.
No, we are not spooky boys at all.
Not spooky boys.
Wear a lot of black, but not spooky whatsoever.
Spooky in aesthetic, not in mood.
Exactly.
So this ravine was the one and only time that I've tried to use an EX grenade.
Oh, like one of the poo-poo pee-pee grenades?
Yeah, one of the poo pee grenades. And
How'd that go?
Pretty anticlimactic. So I'm using the hermetic grenades. I'm like, yeah, it's fucking them up. I'm like, they gave me these EX grenades. They must do something really cool too. So I fucking, I scanned with the Odekirk. I found one. I lined up the shot and I threw it. Fucking glass breaks. And the B2 was just sort of like, I didn't like that. And he just sort of like floated to the right a little bit, and that was about it.
So wait,
You know who you use the EX grenades on?
Mules.
Mules.
oh yeah, they do not like it.
Dude, what the? Is this piss? What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Fuck's fucking gross. Jesus Christ, why'd you even invent piss?
Hey guys, what's going on? Oh god.
Stop fucking pissing.
Let me tell you how messed up it is, I think, that the mules kink shame you for throwing bottles of piss on them. When their whole kink is just delivering packages, that's what they get off on, and that's why they're
Which
mules.
Also, is another one of the things that struck me as lame. Just sort of like, they're addicted to the package. Like, what?
What? No.
Like, I've
They
heard
couldn't
of people,
handle automation.
They're just the future version of people who steal Amazon packages.
What kind of soap opera?
All we need to do is just set up
Kojima
glitter bombs
writing?
on our porches, and that's them taken care of.
So wait,
Well, Sam would set up piss bombs.
I have a question.
I just want a little water sports, baby.
I have a question here. So, Zach, you said you used hematic grenades in this point.
Yes.
Did anyone else?
No, I didn't interact at all. I just snuck around.
Okay.
I used grenades all the way up the hill because I plotted my way up.
I have yet to use any kind of hematic weapon aside from what we're going to talk about here in a second on a BT.
man, you're-
Cole, these
you're
grenades
missing
fucking
out.
rip.
Yeah, dude.
I've not used them.
They
at all.
they will make your life a lot easier.
I'm about to try this out whenever I pick it back up.
No,
I mean-
turn it on right now. Go find some BTs and throw a fucking hermetic
Right the
grenade.
fuck now.
I want to hear it live. We'll do it live.
So after you get through here, you make your way through, and you have this very, very beautiful, breathtaking like trip down.
With another
To
low roar
Portnut
song.
City.
This is from the Tokyo Game Show, right? This is
Yes. So here's why I liked this better than I did when I watched it in Tokyo Game Show. Whoever was controlling the fucking camera at Tokyo Game Show needs to be fucking fired.
yeah, right.
So
I had control of it.
I didn't see the Tokyo Game Show. So like, how egregious was it?
Oh, it was bad.
Bad. It was bad. Like having control of the camera and focusing on what I wanted to focus on made it so much better because it was bad. They were just like spinning around and like focusing on like the grass and shit like that. It's like I want to see the horizon. Bring me the horizon.
Horizon.
This is the moment where Kojima was like, yeah, you
guys
could.
talking about my song again?
You can take
Get out of here, loons.
He's like, you can take
fuck
a
outta
bike,
here.
you can take a vehicle down here, but you'll miss all of the beauty. And this is the part where you're supposed to cry. And it's like, shut up. I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty. And the reason I want to cry is because you just put me through a mortal hell walking
Yeah.
up this mountain.
When Kojima says stuff like that, I just imagine him locking himself in a closet with Tarantino and them enjoying the smell of their own farts. At me. At me, bro.
Man, dang. Anyway,
I wrote this part to make you cry. Give me a fucking break.
Asylums for the
yeah,
reeling
so-
from that one, boys.
you get down to Port Knot City and you turn in your aid, and then somebody, I think it's Mama, that's like, hey, something bad's happening. Can you go outside?
But you should
And you go
totally
outside.
take these grenades for no reason.
Yeah, no reason. And so you walk outside, and guess who's there?
Everyone's
It's
favorite
fucking-
boy.
It's every voiceman.
Every voiceman, Troy Baker, aka Higgs. He's there.
Oh my
I really
Oh,
like his
nice.
character design.
I do too.
With
It's
the
really
exception
good.
of the 3 random smoke grenades he got hanging off the front of his vest, I think his design is really cool.
Yeah, he's a really
very-
intimidating enemy.
Yeah. But yeah, anybody? So Cole? Do you want to tell us about Mr. Higgs here?
Oh boy,
It's
he's
Mr. Monahan.
He's
Mr. Higgs Monahan,
Mr. Monahan, as it were.
Mr. Dominic Monahan of Lord of the Rings and Lost.
He starts, talking to Sam, teleporting all over the place. And I assume he can read your mind because he's like, "Oh, what?
Oh yes.
The president's dead? No!" And he's like, really, just kind of a dickhead to you during this entire
Yeah.
time.
He looks across the whole area where you're at, and he sees Fragile. He's like, you brought him into this, and Fragile's just like, uh-oh.
And he does something, and I don't know if this is like him, like if he's the one doing it, but he like zaps her out of existence, or she zaps out of existence at that point.
Yeah, she Nightcrawler's out of existence.
Yeah.
Well, because he makes it rain and then he shoots her umbrella.
Yeah.
And that's why
Oh.
she zaps out of existence.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But yeah, then he summons a big old BT, this giant catcher, this like squid monster, and essentially it's just like, have fun, bitch. And
Yeah.
you have to now beat this catcher because Die Hardman comes over the wire and is like, hey, listen, if that thing kills just one person, we're all done for. And so you're running through tar and you're jumping on cars and getting on top of buildings and chucking
Drinking out of
grenades.
Did anyone actually have a problem with this boss fight?
No.
No,
Straightforward.
it was easy peasy pumpkin peasy, man.
I think in the moment it's very like it's very like heart pounding a little bit, like it's very intense. I did say one of the things I did say I will own up to when we were covering like the TGS stuff was it looked boring to me. It wasn't boring.
No, it's really fun actually. Like I don't have fun during boss fights, but this was a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
it wasn't difficult, but it was not boring.
Well, it definitely keeps you on your toes because it's like you get one good hit with a grenade, and then all of a sudden like I just stuck to the half parts of buildings that were floating, and that would start sinking. So you're like, oh shit! So you sprint to the edge and you make a leap of faith to the next one, and you're not sure if you're gonna make it or not. And then you hit the edge and you're able to pull yourself up, and there's another box full of grenades of your blood that you didn't bring with you for some reason.
Yeah.
But you pick those up and you start throwing them, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Yep, same. But it's a pretty straightforward boss fight.
Good intro boss fight. Like I made it out of there without taking a scratch.
Yeah, same.
It really did do a good job of making you feel powerful. Of like,
Yeah.
oh wow, I can actually beat these things, and I
Wait,
don't
hold
really
on.
need to worry.
Well, even
about
like after the battle, like I think it's Heartman gets on the horn and he's just like, I can't believe it. You're the first person that's ever killed one of these things. We have hope now. Like it makes you feel like this like crazy.
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
whoa, look at me.
it does.
Wait, so Cole, you saw how effective these grenades were against this catcher, and you just were like, I'm not going to use them anymore.
No, it's just like I don't know. Like the game puts me in such a state of like panic when I
You
deal.
just don't think about it.
Yeah, when I deal with BTs, that I don't think about like fighting them at all. I'm just like, shit. I gotta bear down
Okay,
and just
I guess
get through
that makes
this.
sense.
I'm not thinking in the moment. I'm thinking like, okay, control your breathing. kind of control where you walk. It's not, all right, how do I, clear this area? I'm just like...
See, for me, it's turned into a thing where it's like, all right, walk. Okay, Odekirk's freaking out. Scan, there he is. Grenade, I'm good.
I'm definitely gonna give that a shot the next time I play.
That's the sound I make when I throw things in real life too. I actually, it gets real exciting. I start sounding like Link. Whoa.
All right, Link.
But yeah, so you do this. You get your big, oh my god, you did it from Heartman, and then you get to take the boat that was chartered by Fragile to
Lake Knot City.
Lake Knot City.
And that's the end of episode 2.
Yeah, so chapter 3 is entitled Fragile. So this chapter is about her.
Believe it or not.
Yeah, so you get on this boat, and she kind of talks to you, and Sam's on the boat, and he's kind of getting like comfortable. So he takes BB off, and he starts like taking his jacket off, and his picture again falls out of his pocket and like flutters over to Fragile, and she picks it up, and as she hands it back to him, she goes, she says, I told you before, the time cannot be erased that easily, or something like that, or the past cannot be erased that easily.
Yeah.
And she's sitting there for a second. She kind of like scoots a little bit closer to him, and then goes, I have something to ask of you. And she looks, motherfucker's dead asleep, sitting up. He's out like a fucking light.
I was like, can you blame him though? I mean,
no, he's been through a lot.
Yeah.
Been through a lot. So after that big battle and everything like that. So he's asleep, and he kind of wakes up, and he's on the boat, and it's all foggy, and it's Amelie kind of talking to him. And she kind of ushers him towards the edge of the boat, and they're looking off the boat, and you can see the beach, and there's little Sam, and then the two of them, like adult Sam and Amelie, teleport to the beach and watch them interact on the beach. And Amelie goes, I had no idea until you told me that I was alive. And you're like, what? So that's something. And then I think she says something like, living is just as good as being dead if you have nobody to live with, And so it kind of like goes through what we saw earlier, where he says he doesn't want to go home, and
I don't want to go home.
Yeah, and that's when she gives him the dream catcher and says, I'll take you halfway. And so you hear this conversation where they're talking about how, like, if you have a body to return to, you can't come and go from the beach on your own volition. And so Sam asks if Amelie can just use the beach to travel east, and she's like, nah, dude. And they kind of bump out of there. Yeah. Well, she says, like, you have to connect us, Sam. You have to connect us. And then she turns around, and the fucking boat's coming at her, and then it kind of, like, fades, and then Sam wakes up, and they're there. Mm-hmm. And all
your stuff's on the ground.
Yeah, for some reason, all your stuff's just on there. You have to pick all your stuff up. And the animation of Sam picking stuff up rapidly is fucking hilarious. I love it so much.
Feels like it needs like a Scooby-Doo sound effect over it.
Yeah, if you hold down triangle, he'll just be like,
fucking delivery goblin.
Yeah. And so you go to Lake Knot, you make your delivery, and they're really appreciative of it. And then you go to your room, and this is where fast travel unlocks. And here's a theory that was correct. Fragile is your fast travel system. There's just a little wrinkle to it in that you can't bring stuff with you. So you can teleport wherever you want to that you've been to, but you can't bring your supplies with you. So you have to like make it from scratch. So it's kind of like a inconvenience at the same time as being a convenience. And then so then you start taking deliveries, and we've got 4 very specific people that we need to talk to. And this is where we're kind of introduced to preppers. And preppers are people that they don't want to be connected to society, or they didn't at least. And so they built their own shelters, and they just kind of live on their own. But we need to use their shelters to kind of connect to like help bolster the chiral network. And so Fragile gives you her little bracelet that identifies you as coming on behalf of Fragile Express, which is going to be what gets you ingratiated with the preppers. And so you have to make all these deliveries to these preppers, right? And the first one we see is we have to deliver this thing called an Evo Devo unit to an engineer. And the engineer's cool. He's a cool guy. He's like, yeah, sign me up for the UCA. All good. He gives you your first skeleton. Oh, fuck. Changes the game. If you got to this point and you were just like, I'm not really into the traversal, just get your first skeleton and that shit will change your life.
The skeletons are fantastic.
Yeah, I've taken to using, so later on in the game, Chris, I don't think you've gotten here yet, but they have an all-terrain skeleton.
Oh man,
that is
it's a
just my
lifesaver.
whole jam. It's so good.
It's the only one I use now.
Yeah, I stopped using the strength skeleton in favor of the all-terrain skeleton. I'm hoping there's a version later that's like all-terrain plus strength, which would be fucking amazing.
Well, there's also the speed skeleton, which was my favorite for a while, especially with crossing those fucking streams.
Oh yeah.
Well, don't get too used to the engineer. He's the last cool one that you're going to deal with in this part, because after him, you got to go see the fucking elder.
Yes. Elder, you have to give him some medicine.
Yeah, I mean, you're delivering him a prescription of medicine that he needs, and he just doesn't like you at all.
Mm-hmm. He kind of like warms to you specifically. He's just like, I don't want to join the UCA. I'll join the network, but I won't join the UCA, which is a thing that they can do apparently. I'll sign a contract. This motherfucker sends an email later to you that's just like, oh yeah, I get all these benefits. Why would I ever sign up for the UCA? I'm just like, you're a fucking piece of shit, Elder.
Okay, boomer.
Okay, boomer. Okay, boomer. Let me get this real clear. Yeah. Okay, boomer is not generational warfare. It's a state of mind. It's a warfare against a state of mind. St. Joyce, not okay, boomer. Just a boomer. Not okay, boomer. Elder, okay, boomer.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
Yeah. You can be a boomer and not be an okay boomer. You know what I mean? That's very
junk dealer.
Clear here.
Junk dealer.
Junk dealer is like like young okay boomer.
He has big boomer energy for sure.
Junk dealer energy. Is a fucking zoomer.
Yeah, junk dealer is a zoomer. Yeah, so we deliver to Elder. He's a fucking dick. We go to the craftsman, who is a bigger dick.
Honestly, I just really could not stand this guy whatsoever. I mean, he is just the worst. He's almost as bad as another guy that we have to meet later on. But dear God, for someone who's so smart, he just sucks.
So you deliver him anti-BT weapons so that people can be safer, and he's just like, I'll do this if you go get my toolbox from my abandoned workshop in the middle of this crater of Middle Knot City that got blown up by a presumably Fragile. I'll do that if you go get my toolbox, and there's BTs everywhere. But yeah, whatever. Fucking fuck you.
Like I said, this guy's the absolute fucking worst.
This is just this and the next one were just blatant cases of like artificial padding. It's just so like, all right, come on, you know.
He does give you the bola gun, which rips.
I mean, yeah, he does give us the bola gun, but at the same time, he does this after we go do that bullshit mission in the middle of the crater, which, by the way, he didn't expect for you to come back from, if we're, just for full clarity.
Well, that's not nearly as bad as the other one.
The junk dealer one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not great.
Which
yeah,
the menu is a fucking lie.
Yeah. Yeah. In between, so part of this is that like people have been like expressing throughout this chapter that Fragile expresses like, she's a hero, she's a traitor, she's a terrorist, she's this, she's that. And one of the things that they've blamed on her is that she basically helped obliterate Middle Knot City off of the map. And so you have to sneak into the ruins of Middle Knot City to get this guy's toolbox and bring it back to him. And he's very surprised. And he's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll jump on the network. And then you get the bola gun, which is cool. But yeah, so you do that. In between our next prepper and these ones, You have the ability to develop bikes, which is awesome, and then you also learn how to build roads, which are these like awesome highways that are just straight shots to certain places. And the first road you build is just like a straight shot from where you are to like the next big distribution center in the south of the area. So you definitely want to connect to that. You have to deliver fucking pizza to this guy at one point, Peter Englert, and he's not even there. He's not even there. They don't even make a hologram for him, and you have to keep the pizza upright, otherwise it's bad. Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, I just put it in the bed of a truck and drove it there.
But yeah, so you're just kind of delivering a bunch of stuff. It teaches you how to build safe houses, so you can kind of build private rooms wherever you want to if you have the supplies. So that's good. So that's pretty good. You learn how to build like a lot of really cool stuff in this chapter, which is very nice. The next like order you get is an urgent delivery. You get 45 minutes to deliver this like old component to the junk dealer. And you have to cross this like big canyon to get there, and you get there and you deliver the component to the junk dealer, and then I think, doesn't he make you collect a bunch of old components?
Yeah. And so that's what I was referring to when I said it's a lie, because he has you go into another BT infested area, and there's for a total of 110 kilograms of old components. But on the menu, it's like a minimum of 60. So I went in there. I was like, all right, cool. I'll grab fucking 60 and I'll head back and I'll just get it done. Well, I go back there and it's like, oh, your order's not complete. Drop these off and do nothing. So I had to go all the way fucking back to pick up the other 40 kilograms of old components just to fucking complete the delivery.
Well, so you can do a partial delivery. This is the first thing you can.
Yeah, no, I only delivered 60.
Yeah,
it wouldn't let me.
As long as you have at least 60, you can do a partial delivery.
Because
you have to do like an extra. We have to do like an extra menu step to do it, and it's super. And that's again with the menus being like really inelegant. Like it's super unintuitive about how you have to do it, but you can do it.
Oh shit! I made a second trip for nothing.
Mm-hmm. But you deliver that to him, and then he just like, okay, I guess you're kind of cool.
And I'm sorry for interrupting. Don't forget that both times that you interact with the junk dealer so far, he makes you sit through like 45 seconds to like a minute and a half long hologram of
like,
this chick with really strange bangs, playing
and
with
eyes, honestly,
playing with an hourglass.
Mm-hmm. It was so bizarre. It was super bizarre and kind of creepy.
Well, did you notice? Did you notice that the sand in the hourglass looks a lot like the chiral crystals that you pick up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's because it's. I think it is actually got chiral crystals in the actual hourglass.
Well, also, what kind of bothered me was like the girl looks like she's anywhere between 16 and 25, and she's
she does look super young.
But also like she's playing with it like a 3-year-old that's bored and just has like a random fucking object. It's just sort of like running around, you know?
Yeah, and I'm not completely convinced that this just wasn't just someone that Kojima knew and not an actual actress, and he was just like, "Hey, you want to be in a video game real quick?"
Maybe because and then the whole next part was just I muted my TV.
Yeah, so we find out at this point that this girl is actually like the guy's girlfriend, which is weird for one, obviously, but two, that they both think that the other one is dead because her mom lied because he's a bad person, and he just assumed that she was dead, I guess, but it doesn't make any fucking sense because now you have to take them to each other, and they're like stupid close.
They're so fucking close to each other.
Well,
God!
I was gonna say this is more like, what? He's alive. Wow. My mother said he was like just it made Samus from Other M
She
seem
lied to me.
fucking. Oh my god! If the girl had the Jewish grandmother voice.
Yeah. Yeah. And so this is the first time you have to actually transport a live human on your back, and you have to get rid of like most of your supplies to do it, which sucks.
Yeah, so you have to strap her to your back, and then you have to take her to this dickhead, and she talks the entire time.
So much.
For someone who is definitely not an actress, she sure does go on and on and on.
So this is made even egregious by a later on mission of where you're transporting someone who I wanted to hear from, and they had like 2 lines for the entire trek.
Yeah, it's very sparse.
Where this chick
like,
wouldn't fucking shut up.
It was like you said more lines in between this short walk than like most of the characters in this game have so far.
Well, another crazy part is like you finally reunite them, and she does not seem, for someone who loves someone so much, she does not seem happy to see this cat, and he doesn't either. And they do this weird like marriage ritual thing, but it's just like, you want to marry me? And they're like, oh, we're married, I guess. It's great, dope. It's just fucking weird, man.
Well, so this saga unfolds via emails where they get married, and then he emails you and is just like, don't ever get married.
Yeah, this shit
and then
sucks.
it's like getting worse and worse, and then you find out that they split up and that she just went back to her mother, and she made the trip by herself. I was like, you made the trip by yourself, but you couldn't just walk there the first time? What the fuck's wrong with you?
Well, there was also a weird like bipolar moment in this where she shows up and she's like, you gave me the hourglass. He's like, yeah, because I missed you so much. And then she's like, we don't need this anymore, and just fucking smashes it. And you can tell it like shocks him, and she's just sort of like, this is life now. Peace was never an option.
The way she acts in the scene just reminds me of like a really edgy teenager just like reacting to a gift that they didn't want. Just like, I don't want this anymore.
This reminds me of like this girl I had an internet relationship with over a Zynga blog.
Wow.
And she got mad that I didn't put her in my MySpace top 8. Like that's that level of relationship.
I mean, back in the day, that top 8, that could make or break friendships.
Oh, for sure, man. And apparently, like, so can hourglasses filled with chiral crystals for some reason.
But good lord, I despised everything about this whole little arc.
Yeah, this was the longest slog through this game for me. Honestly, I did not like damn near anything about this part except for like maybe getting the bola gun. I honestly would have rather, been over encumbered and walked through 3 valleys full of BTs than to ever do this bit ever again.
Yeah, at least that would be a little more engaging.
But we do get to go to a pretty cool film director, actually. Bring him a old delivery there.
Oh yeah, he needs a tablet. It's got some stuff on there probably. Don't know what it is, but probably movie shit. You walk in, you're delivering a fucking tablet to Jordan Vogt Roberts, director of Kong Skull Island and presumably the Metal Gear Solid movie if it ever happens. Love you, Jordan. And that's really cool. So that's a really cool one. The other one you can get that I really love, and we've kind of talked about this, is that there's a quest to get. You have to deliver a sewing kit to a cosplayer, right? And the fucking thing is like in this like ravine down deep. You have to like climb down there, and it's so hard to get to. It's like literally the prepper building is tucked into like a cliff, inside the cliff and down in the bottom of this ravine. But you get there, and it's this woman there, and she's like, oh man, this is great, thank you for this, and my partner's gonna love this. And so you turn in the delivery, and when it comes back, the person in the hologram is Conan O'Brien.
What?
And he's wearing an otter hood, and he's saying like doing a bunch of really bad jokes about like cosplay and otters and shit like that. And so he gives you the hood, and it helps you like not get swept away by like water when you're in the water. And I wear it all the time because it's really funny, because when your hood comes up when it rains. It makes like this like squee noise, and then like if you look at it from the side, like his little hands come up and grab your head, and it's an otter hood instead of a regular hood. And it's the most adorable thing I ever did because otters are my favorite animal and I love them.
So I might need to go back and do that because I didn't interact with the cosplayer at all. And there have been a few times where I've been swept away, and it's
you should.
Controller has almost gone through the window.
The other thing that I did want to mention too is that the guy who runs Thomas Sutherland, who runs the distribution center south of Lake Knot City, is Edgar Wright, who is the director of many movies, including Shaun of the Dead, but my favorite movie of all time, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. So I was very pleased to see him in this movie.
Sam, what's your view count for that now?
125. Yes, 125.
Wow.
It's at this point that we have to take another delivery, and we find out some more things about our golden boy, old gold skelly boy Higgs. And we kind of learn his relationship between him and Fragile at this point in time.
Yeah, he used to run his own like shipping company, and they used to work together, and then he did something heinous and just became this huge terrorist.
Yeah, I mean, we find out that he was essentially behind the terrorist attack that took out what's the name of that city? Is it Middle Knot City? Yeah.
And so South Knot was spared for reasons that we don't quite know yet, but Middle Knot was not spared. And so you get this order, it's Order 38, I think, to deliver these emergency provisions to South Knot, and there's 9 containers. And so you load them up, and as soon as you do this, some very weird guy in a Bridges outfit walks up to you and says there's an additional package. And listen, as soon as I saw this motherfucker, I was like, "Who's this?" And I was like, "Oh fuck!"
If you've seen the trailer, you know.
Well, I don't think that I saw. Well, I don't remember seeing this in any trailers, so I was what's
well, because it shows his face, and in the final trailer, you see Higgs's face.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying like I didn't expect him to be a fucking disguise himself as a Bridges guy to like give you a package.
I do like his like barely disguised giddiness in his voice.
Mm-hmm. It's very funny. He's like, "Oh, and be careful with this one. It's fragile," because this was an order from Fragile herself. He says, and so presumably, and I didn't because I immediately recognized it as some bullshit. Presumably speaking, if you just ignore it and take it to South Knot, it will probably explode. Because if you read the description, it says if Sam gets too far away from it, or if it gets delivered to South Knot, it'll blow up.
Well, also not only that, but just if you open up the description, because in the menu it shows you what your cargo is. So immediately you open it up, and just the first thing is thermonuclear bomb.
Yep. Yeah, and so I think the description also says you should see Fragile about this, and at some point, Die Hardman also lets you know that she's at the distribution center. So if you go to the distribution center with this and rest, Sam will be sleeping, and then he'll have like a dream about this guy, and then it'll like look up, and it'll obviously, and like the ink comes out of his eyes, and it's obviously Higgs, and he does like this shh, like puts his like does a shush thing, and Sam wakes up and he goes, "Higgs!" And Fragile pops in, and she goes, "What's wrong?" He says, "Higgs, he was here. He was disguised as a guy, and he gave me this thing and he said that you requested the order." She was like, "I haven't requested anything." And so they open it up and they find out it's a bomb. And so the mission, you have a timed mission. I think, what is it? It's like, it's 10 minutes?
I think it's somewhere around, I think it's like 16, 17 minutes, I think. I want to say.
They give you, the time missions are really like, they give you a lot of time.
They really do.
Yeah, it's real funny when you've got an hour to make a delivery and I make it in 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, real sense of urgency.
Like, oh, you made it here really quickly. So basically you have 15 minutes to get from the distribution center to the tar pits and basically chuck the bomb into the pits so that it won't blow up and kill everybody. And so you do this, and it's actually not a difficult trip. Like, it's a surprisingly easy trip.
Unless you try
at least for me, I don't know.
Cross the crevice in a truck.
Well, Yeah, I was on the bike and like I never had to go across the crevice because if you like come out of the distribution center and just stay on the side, it'll take you to where you need to go.
Yeah, I
past
didn't
the
do that.
crevice.
I was like, oh, I got to make a beeline to it.
Yeah, if you like go right a little bit more than you'd like to, it's an easy path around. But you get there and then you have to hold it in your hand and then go like you're swinging to fucking yeet somebody with a briefcase and then let go, and it'll throw it into the tar pit.
I
and
actually
then,
like how they do the throwing mechanic of that.
I do
it
too.
Feels natural.
It's interesting. Yeah, it's cool. I enjoy it. It's not. It doesn't feel. It feels good. It feels good, Sam. You look good.
Feels real good.
So yeah, so you chuck the bomb into the tar pit, and it explodes, and everybody's fine. And then Fragile tells her story. They kind of talk about how like, hey, you're a hero, and I'm a hero, and everybody would be dead if we didn't work together to get this done. And she tells her story about how she was just like, look, she was just like, I had to make a decision. And this is that flashback where she's on her knees, like with her hands behind her back, the scene from the trailers. They had her like dead to rights and said, look, you can save yourself. And this is Higgs. And he's like, you can save yourself and like disappear and transport yourself. But you'd be dooming all these people. Or you can run this through Timefall to get it to the tar pit. And you can destroy your body. And so she chooses to run, but he takes his mask off and he says, look, I don't really like my face. That's why I wear a mask. But your face, you take pride in your face. I want people to see the symbol of what this like act is. And so he takes his mask and puts it on her and then pushes her out into the rain. And so that's how her body got like soaked in Timefall. She sacrificed herself to get rid of the bomb so that the people wouldn't die, but in the process everything but her face was aged rapidly. And so after this, Sam and Fragile kind of have they finally have their understanding, and you can go to you can finally deliver these other 9 boxes that are actually good to South Knot City, and you do. And then what happens is that somebody like Mama detects a supercell. And you walk outside, and there's a fucking tornado.
Not the developers of Clash of Clans.
Yeah, a supercell, an actual supercell, like a tornado, like a weather event. You get sucked up into the sky, and you get sucked up into this tornado, and you're like, what the fuck's going on? And then it's chapter 4.
And you end up right in the middle of the Maginot Line.
Right in the Maginot Line. Chapter 4.
Allons enfants du lait pétri des manches.
Allons enfants de la patrie.
We're in episode 4, Unger, baby. And it's a very short chapter. It's about like 20 minutes long. But this is the first time we are in this like hellscape war-torn zone. And guess who you're there with? Oh yes,
A mysterious man.
It's a mysterious man. So you wake up and you're basically in World War I, and there's a bunch of like wispy characters just like running around.
This was such a cool sequence.
It's so fucking cool. This was like up to this point favorite part of the game because it's just so cool. Keeping in mind here that when you turn in the supplies, you unlock the ability to create assault rifles and pistols, and you're just like, I wonder why. Because whenever they introduce a new weapon, there's a reason for it. So you come in and your stuff is scattered around, so you follow this path and you have to collect your stuff again. And you don't really have to engage. The first time I went through here, actually, one of those weird tentacle tanks like pinned me against the wall and I didn't see it. And then it killed me, so I had to try again. And then Zach can attest to this, and I don't know if you guys can attest to this too. I got fucking yeeted in the face by a goddamn biplane that crashed. I don't know.
So
okay.
So that happened to me. So I was like, oh man, fucking cool scripted event, makes sense, whatever. So I go off to the left. I fucking calm BB down because he's crying at this point. I'm like, all right, he's taken care of. Let's continue on. So not realizing that it's stuck in an infinite loop, as soon as I get back on there, the fucking biplane comes and smashes into me again. So I was like, fuck. So I got BB screaming at me. There's bullets going all over the place. So I just sprint past where the biplane is and actually ended up walking, doing like a cool maneuver where I was walking behind the tentacle tank as it was backing up to protect me from the gunfire. and then that got blown up. So that's when I calmed down BB.
Yeah, no, I mean it was pretty crazy. But after this, we get a pretty sweet scene of our boy with some other boys.
You have this really cool fucking scene. So these skellymen, these skellingtons, as Jack would say, wearing this like with like World War One getup, kind of walk forward, and they're like very tactical and strategic. And
interesting that they're using modern tactics for World War One soldiers.
Mm-hmm. It's very weird. It's kind of cool.
It is.
It's like a good juxtaposition.
It's very neat.
This reminds me of something Cole said earlier when you guys were kind of like forecasting into what you thought this game would be about the time compression aspect.
Yeah.
Because I think he posted it in the Discord that like in one of the trailers you could see doughboys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because in the first trailer that you see Mads, which is also the one that introduces Guillermo del Toro. It's all skeletons in World War II getup.
Yep. So it's just like a super cool like scene scenario. So you go in and like out of the ink comes this guy, and it turns out it's Daddy Mads. He's covered in like this inky black stuff, and then he kind of like throws up the ink a little bit, and then he just kind of becomes decked out in like war garb, and then he lights his magic cigarette, takes a couple drags, throws it, and then he and kind of while he's struggling, like the skellymen like surround him like to protect his back, you know what I'm saying? And it's pretty cool.
Yeah, some of my favorite imagery so far has been Mads, when he's in his full tactical outfit, and he's surrounded by his spooky, scary skeleton soldiers. It's and I like I said earlier, I love Mads' getup, and the fact that like, he's in more modern gear. He's in 3-color desert combat uniform, which is what we used in the early days of Iraq and Afghanistan, and he's got an actual plate carrier with real pouches. And I think the coolest little detail was on the back. If you look, he's not wearing a backpack. He's wearing this zip-on panel that you can get for your vest, which are like extra pouches for your buddies to use in the back.
But yeah, so that's really cool. After you get this, after this whole scene comes up, it's very cool, and they start kind of like stalking the trenches. You kind of go into the trenches, and so I'm pretty sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, that scene happens when you arrive, correct?
What's that?
That scene of Cliff.
So it does,
rising from the ink, happens as you arrive.
Yeah,
and then you go to the trenches.
Yeah,
and when you get down into the trenches, you have that really cool scene of like Cliff just like laying in that spider web of like inky shit.
No, it's barbed wire.
It is barbed wire. That's right. It's like a spider web of barbed wire.
Yeah, he's got a throne made out of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He just looks so fucking cool.
And then the baby doll like opens its eye, and that's fucking terrifying.
Which also has that eye. It has that weird scar, or the cross scar that's stapled shut.
Yeah, so it's stapled shut. Cliff has the same scar in his stomach that Sam does.
Yes. We alluded to this earlier, Sam. Yeah. That you and I may have the same theory about this.
Mm-hmm. So talk to me, rap at me about your theory.
So in the very beginning of the game, where you experience that first void out, to me it kind of looked like those like umbilical things were coming out from this giant BT thing, right? And then you see Sam has the same umbilical region, right? So it's almost like maybe Sam is a BB or was a BB, and maybe Mads was too.
That's interesting.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I remember distinctly the description for the BBs in part of this gallery was that BBs are neither alive nor dead. They are still in the womb. Is their thing.
And if you think about the launch trailer too, like the description for Sam is, you know, he's a man who's cut connections to the living Sam or something like that. And so like the BBs, like the design of the BBs are meant, it gets explained that the design of the BBs are meant to not have an affinity towards living or death one way or the other. It's meant to be neutral so that it can strengthen the connection to both. And so if you disconnect from the living Sam, the dead Sam, the side of Sam that wants to be on the dead side can be on that side. And so, yeah. Interesting.
So this next part,
yeah.
fucking got my heart racing, but in a more fun way than the BTs.
Yeah, this shit rips.
So,
yeah, so the baby doll that's like hanging off of this barbed wire opens its eyes, and that prompts Cliff to be awake, and he wakes up, and then it's fucking he like sends his
go time.
Yeah, he sends his fucking guys after you, and then you're just kind of skulking around the trenches killing dudes, and so you have to kill all these skellymen. You run into Cliff, and he's in this entire time you're hearing like the fucking Odenkirk sensors going off, letting you know where they are, and you hear Cliff asking like, "BB, and where am I?" and all this other stuff like that. And yeah, so you're just going through these trenches and fucking murking dudes, and you have to kill the skellymen, and then you have to knock Cliff down a few times.
It's like 4
or I'm
five.
sorry, what is it? Combat veteran.
yeah, right now he's identified
Yeah.
as combat veteran.
Yeah, we don't know him. He's introduced like he does that they do that character thing, and they just introduce him as combat veteran. And so, yeah, you're going through downing him. You down Cliff a couple times in the trenches, and then some stuff happens. But how did you guys feel about this section? Because it's so wildly different from literally everything we've done so far.
I love
Yeah,
it.
this was really well done for the drastic shift in gameplay.
It's such a pace breaker too, right? Because it's just like it's so different. It's so high intensity, like comparatively to everything else, that it's just like it almost feels like the downtime. You know what I mean? Like the uptime is the downtime, because the rest of the game is basically downtime.
Yeah, it's basically you spent this far, just sort of traversing and having your heart almost beat through your rib cage because of BTs. Have fun, go shoot some guys. It's fast paced. It's basically it's almost an on rail section because you're in the trenches at that point. You don't really have to worry about them coming at you and flanking you or anything.
To me, this reminded me of like playing Metal Gear Solid 2, where I know this has been talked about before on the show because this is Alessio's favorite Metal Gear, right? Where we kind of lamented the loss of these very structured gameplay segments, right? Because of those things have like fallen to the wayside in the favor of an open world. But this is a really great linear, like structured Kojima Metal Gear Solid 2 moment in Death Stranding. And it's fantastic. It is just fantastic.
Such a good moment, and just like it just feels so different and so fresh. And I had this conversation a little bit with Alessio, but it was because he hadn't gotten to this point but when we talked last week. But it was like it felt like I was getting to a point where I was like, okay, I'm kind of getting a little fatigued, and then they do the shit with the bomb, and then they do this, and they pulled me right back.
The exact same thing happened with me, Sam. Throughout episodes 2 and 3, I was kind of getting sick of the game, which is all the exposition dumps and sort of the unnecessary slow mo. This part actually uses slow mo in a really cool way.
It's like whenever you take somebody down, like it goes slow mo.
Yeah, as opposed to whenever you grab a fucking bug or when it starts raining. I've gotten used to it at this point, but in those first few hours, it irritated the shit out of me. But But yeah, I had the same thing where I was honestly getting kind of sick of the game, and I was like, am I not gonna like this game for the rest of it? And then this pulled me right back into it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of meta in a sense that like this feels the most video gamey part of the game so far.
Yeah. Which, like, I think it's good because it's so, like, it was just, like, it's spaced so well, and it just feels like, it's just, like, it gives you that, like, glimpse. So it gives you that stick, right? Instead of the rope. And it's like, you've had so much time with the rope, and it's like, okay, here's the stick for a little bit, and then we're going to go back to the rope to kind of, like, placate you a little bit. And it kind of felt like that. It felt like him managing, like, us and our expectations a little bit. Yeah. Which I kind of enjoy.
For sure.
Yeah, it definitely felt like a sort of a natural step in like, all right, you've done all this for this long, have a little bit of fun, go wild.
Yeah. I really like that section, but you finally down Cliff. I think it's like 3 or 4 times you have to down him before the segment ends. And you down him, and then you walk up to him, and like he notices BB, and he starts freaking out and like starts like fight Sam. And then
no, that's later.
No, that's the next. What happens this time? Can please somebody remind me?
I think with this one, it's just
he's like grasping at it. He's like grasping at BB, and then like Sam like just kind of jerks BB away from him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. And then it kind of like flashes back, and Sam is just standing outside of the South Knot City again, and all of the shit's scattered around all the place. And for the record, I was pissed because I went to go make new shit because I thought they just took all my shit away and I didn't see it on the ground. So I made all this new shit. I was like, oh, there's my old shit.
Well, and when you come back, because you were on the comms with Mama right before you got sucked into the supercell. So she's asking where you're at, and you're like, hey, you're like, where the hell did I just go? She's like, what are you talking about? We were just talking like 40 seconds ago.
Yeah, you've only been, the storm only lasted for about like a second.
Yeah, as soon as you went outside, it went away, and so like Sam is having to deal with like, well, I did this, and she's like, no, you were gone. Like
okay, boomer.
We lost okay, boomer. We lost comms for like a minute. Chill out.
And Sam's like, no, I was there for hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, like I found her explanation really odd. Because we've been like exposed to so much other supernatural crap up to this point, where it's like, oh, you're not gonna believe this like, whole time compression thing happened when I'm literally being sucked through the ground.
A tangible afterlife. No, I can totally get it. I can get on that.
Yeah, time compression. Hell no.
Nah,
you fucking lunatic.
Miss me that shit.
And then Sam's like, no, I really was there.
Yeah, and then she's like, okay, boomer. And so she basically she kind of like dismisses him a little bit, and she goes, okay, well, come and see me at my lab. We have to talk.
Which is A-okay because Margaret Corley can do no wrong.
And that's the end of chapter 4. It kind of ends when you go to see Mama, but like that's basically the end of chapter 4. And we've done it. We've recorded a very long episode.
There it is.
Talking about the first 4 chapters of Death Stranding.
We went down a couple of rabbit holes on that one.
So many rabbit holes. Oh my god. Yeah, that was an episode. That's yeah, we covered a lot.
You know what? I feel kind of bummed right now that we didn't talk about the Ludens fan.
Oh shit, we didn't talk about Ludens fan. You want to talk about him really quickly?
Yeah. So. Ludens fan, I think that like this is Kojima writing himself into the game through Jeff Keighley. But he talks about
using his boyfriend as an avatar, right?
Right, I think so. But if you've read like all of the interviews and like email stuff, yeah,
come on over, buddy.
Come in, Ludens. Let's talk about you. But the Ludens fan talks about how. Ludens was like the next stage in game, right? And it has this connection.
You just invited me in. Why are you yelling at me?
It has this connection to like a real piece of literature called Homo Ludens, that talks about how like play was some of the earliest development of people, like Homo sapiens, right? It's how we first learned to interact with people. But that this game that Ludens is the main character of brought people together in such a way that had never been seen before. And at this point, when like I read that message from Jeff Keighley, I was just like, oh my god, Kojima, like, are you just blowing it up your own ass right now?
No, he's talking about my game, dick.
But I think this is like
thought, Chris.
It was definitely like, I think his way of trying to explain like what Death Stranding, what he was hoping Death Stranding would be.
Well, so that sort of goes right back to Kojima locking himself in a closet and enjoying the smell of his own farts.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's on to something with like, video games are bad, right? That's his whole thing. It's like, video games are bad, and the people who really like video games are also bad. And they make you like slaves to this. I don't know, slaves might be a strong word, but you could definitely like, he's got some hang-ups about his time at Konami and his experience with Metal Gear fans.
They impose a certain kind of like narrative on you as the player, and they impose a certain amount of like objectives and skills that you have to, you know, either obtain and or do, and generally that is primarily like competitive instead of cooperative, where you know, it's like what you said in your letter in the last episode, or the episode before last, which was, you know, it's a game that is an anti-game. It's, instead of separating people and putting them on teams, it's bringing people from all over together to play together.
Well, let's be honest. If it weren't for the whole fucking, you could share your bridges and your ladders and all that, this game would be no different than these games that he's describing about. Oh, you've got this narrative and these objectives that you need to go through. Like the only addition he's made is the fact that you can help other people, which is like, all right, cool, man, that's awesome, and I really appreciate it. It doesn't make you some kind of fucking messiah. Where you're
no, it doesn't, but it does incentivize you to do that.
Mm-hmm. I think what it does is just it wants to shift the focus of the camera slightly, you know.
Which I think is great, but I don't know. I think the whole like him being like, it's a whole new type of video game you've never played before. Like, bro, I've played Minecraft online. Like, you can help people online there, too.
Yeah. Yeah. To me, like, the whole, it's a game you've never played before, I don't think it's possible at where we are as far as, like, accessibility with consumer technology and, like, the creativity of video game developers, where we're going to actually see a video game that's an experience that we've never felt before.
The closest thing we got to that was when they introduced VR a couple years ago.
Yeah, and even then, I don't want to look through like those 240p PlayStation VR glasses.
I saw a great thing where it was like, you know, 1990s. Don't sit so close to the TV. You know, you're gonna hurt your eyes. 2019, and you've literally got the TV fucking bolted to your face.
Yeah, but I do think that like what he has done is recapture a very nostalgic sense of video games, which is that like schoolyard feel of, man, this takes me back to Metal Gear Solid. Back when we were talking earlier in the episode, me and my friends had one copy that we were passing around, and I got stuck on the part where it was like, call Meryl, and I was like, how do I do that? Because we were passing the discs around, right?
But not the case.
Not the case. And I was like, how do I get through this? And the guy was like, oh no, I called my buddy on the phone, and he said, yeah, you have to look on the back of the video game case. And I was like, crap. So I hung up with him, and I called the guy who had the case, and I was like, what's the picture on the back of the case say, like the code? And but I like, that kind of enhances the experience of playing that game to me.
Sure.
And I think that is, to me, the definition of a Kojima game is it has its own like subculture.
Yeah, I like that. I was sort of going off on a tangent. I just hate and you know, I think it's funny because I believe that it's been said that, you know, Tarantino is one of Kojima's favorite directors, but he almost buys into himself in the same way that Tarantino buys into himself, and I find that kind of irritating.
I agree with you. I totally agree with you, but I also think that like he is onto something, but it may not be the thing that he intends.
Yeah, well, he also, I mean, and just the way he makes it sound like he's, you know, made this groundbreaking new development. It's like, not really.
I think it's what we kind of predicted earlier is that like he's taken tools that existed and done something kind of interesting with it, but it's not.
Yeah, somewhat unique.
Yeah, but it's not like new. This isn't a new genre. Like the idea of like a persistent world with people that or you interact with in the world in some way is like not a new idea at all. Like it goes back to like not even Dark Souls, but like Journey and like games like that where it's just like
yeah.
What I think is unique and distinct about it is that this game feels more realistic than any of those.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Sure.
I can agree with that.
This is a thick sode,
yeah,
boys.
It's a hefty chunk of an episode, boys. So I think we got to get out of here. Let's really thank you guys for joining us. Let's rip through these. Let's rip through this outro really quickly. You can find us on the internet, MetalGearMondays.com. You can also go patreon.com/MetalGearMondays, YouTube/MetalGearMondays, Twitter @MetalGearMonday, Facebook, Instagram, bit.ly/MGM store, all those cool places. Check us out. Review us on iTunes. It helps out a lot. And just check all that stuff out. All those links, like I said, are at MetalGearMondays.com. Cole, where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at @IamColeDuncan and on Instagram at Subterranean Homesick Brews.
What about you, Zach?
You can find me on Instagram at author Zach James.
Yeah. What about you, Chris?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Chris Hampton II. That's the second. You can also find me on LinkedIn at David Christopher Hampton II.
And you can find me on Twitter at Sanjul. That's SANJUUL, and YouTube bit.ly/Sam does a thing. Chris, I think that might have been our first LinkedIn shout on the show before.
I think it is.
You know,
that's pretty. You're doing firsts.
I'm a corporate boy, so
you're a corporate boy. What can I say? You know what you're doing on LinkedIn, Chris? You know what you're doing on LinkedIn? You're matching up with jobs and people that are in your industry and other people like that. You're creating connections and strands, and it's almost like you and the people on LinkedIn have like a connection or something.
Almost like a bridge.
Yeah. Anyway.
And cut. Okay.
I feel you and I might have like a connection. Something.
Did everybody feel good about that countdown?
Yeah, that's
I forgot how to count. I don't know what happened.
I like it.
I don't know what happened.
The cat knocked over a plant.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
That's how we're fucking starting this episode, isn't it?
Yeah. Whoopee. Honestly, I might. Here's to you, dear listener, and welcome to Metal Gear Mondays.
Let me get that schmutz off of you.
That'd be
schmutz off your face. Let me get that schmutz off your face. You've been
little black
drowning in
smudge
BTs.
Listen, guys, I just got back from New York, and I can't handle
Christ.
it. I can't handle it.
With all this
Live from
hologram
New
technology,
York?
you think you'd be able to call more than once a week, but no.
You never call your mother anymore. I was there when you were born, you schmeckle. It was so small, but it grew probably.
That one nice man with the golden mask, he once said that it's really hard to make a connection if we can't shake hands, but you got an iPhone, puppy.
You got the best thing to make a connection. Call your mother some more, baby.
She's talking to her daughter. You know, that Higgs boy, he seems like he knows what's going on in the world.
Seems like a nice boy. I hear he's a terrorist.
And you see, he's got that golden mask. Those things are
And
expensive.
he's just so adorable, Bubby.
And that
He's so
voice,
adorable,
like the voice of an
baby.
angel, I feel like I've heard it a million other places.
All right, I'm going to introduce the show.
Okay.